The following is a presentation of Girard Sports Live. It's time for Girard High School Athletics on Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live is presented by Crocan, your community technology partner. Learn more at ckt.net. Also by Ag Choice of Epler, American Family Insurance, Jenny Collins Agency, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Call Service, Community National Bank and Trust, Derailed Commodity, Diskins Auto and Towing, DS Construction, Evans Motors, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Farmers Bank, Girard Medical Center, Hydrix Appliance, The Jagged Edge, GN Bank, Larrett Ceramics, Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drug, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Producers Cooperative Association, and Roto-Rooter.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's time for Girard Sports Live.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome out to Frank Jameson Field as we're getting set for tonight's Kansas Class 3A District 2 matchup between the Girard Trojans and the Burlington Wildcats. I'm Josh Lettner, alongside me Jess Murphy and Daryl McLeod. And guys, we got a pretty good game on our hands here tonight as both the Trojans and the Wildcats come into tonight's game undefeated in district play. So this is going to sort out the number 1 and number 2 slots coming out of District 2 as we head into the playoff picture. And of course, we'll take a look at that in a lot more depth as we move further into the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. It is senior night here in Girard, so we got a bit of an early start tonight because there are so many seniors on this team and across the school. They're going to be recognized here tonight, so we're going to carry that for you here. So we wanted to get our stuff out of the way. But we do want to let you know that Girard Sports Live is brought to you by Crocan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get Gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Crocan. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Crocan has to offer at ckt.net. We'll step away for a quick break. We come back, we'll fire up the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. Start talking about tonight's matchup between the Trojans and the Wildcats. All that coming up on the other side of this break. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Now more than ever, Crocan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Crocan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Crocan. If you need to stay connected, you need Crocan.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Girard Medical Center is one of the area's best places to work. Are you a nurse? Does caring for patients on a more personal level sound appealing to you? Then you'll love our lower nurse-to-patient ratio. We also have positions open in other departments. Benefits include state employee health plan, 457 retirement plan with match, life insurance, paid time off, plus employee and family discounts on services. Best of all, your coworkers are like family. For more information, contact Greg Sullivan, Director of HR, or apply online at girardmedicalcenter.com.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard, surrounding area, and proud to support Girard Trojans.
Celebrate, recognize, build. That's the promise of Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Owners Greg and Missy Scott are committed to helping their customers celebrate special moments, recognize achievements, and build relationships. With a huge selection of Trojan gear, plaques and awards, custom leather patch hats, trophies, and so much more. Plus, while you're there, stop in next door to find the latest fashions from Aubrey at Scott & Company. Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Learn more at wilbertawards.com or call 620-724-0341.
Welcome back out here to Frank Jameson Field as we move closer to kickoff tonight of the matchup between the Girard Trojans and the Burlington Wildcats. We want to let you know that our pregame show is brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Well, guys, pretty good matchup here tonight. Trojans coming into this one 7-0, 3-0 in district play. They're sitting in the top seed in District 2. They're ranked number 6 across Class 3A. Burlington, on the other hand, 5-2 on the season. Kind of got off to a slow 1-2 start to the year, but since then they've won 4 in a row. Last week they defeated Osawatomie 40-14, and then back on the 7th they beat Anderson County 33-19, and then September 30th a close 20-18 matchup with Iola, and then way back on September 23rd 45-32 over Prairie View. And as you know, guys, it's a team that not running that familiar single wing, as we heard from Coach Philpott last time, so kind of don't know really what to expect to see out of this Burlington squad here tonight.
Yeah, rumor has it, and the rumor I get from some of the other coaches was they're going to run like a 4 wide receiver spread offense, going to throw it all over the place. I'm excited. I was talking to you, Josh, when we first got up here off the air. You know, I kind of woke up this morning with butterflies. If there's ever a time to use Coach Philpott's 1-0 motto, it starts tonight.
Yeah, and you know, this is a team that's, if you look at common opponents, they've had some hard times against teams that the Trojans beaten pretty handily. Trojans are coming off a 47-7 win over Anderson County last week. Since September 23rd, Trojans over that, 4 or 5 game span, have outscored opponents 170-15. And their average margin of victory in the district is over 21 points. So the Wildcats have had some nail biters against teams that the Trojans have put away early. So you got to think that how they come out and adjust to this offense early in the game is going to be key.
Yeah, too deep. I talked to Coach Hudson a second, just asked him, I said, you got any different strategy to attack this spread offense? And his exact words was, Murph, we're just going to do what we do, and we're just going to do it good. So,
all right, those keys to the game brought to you by Evans Motors. Get the keys to your next ride with a stop at Evans Motors. Nate and Eddie have decades of experience getting folks into the right vehicle for their family. Stop by and see them at the intersection of Highway 69 and 400 just south of Pittsburgh, or see their full selection online at evansmotors.net. Well, we're getting close to the senior night festivities here. I believe they're supposed to start at 6:30. Am I correct on that?
Yeah,
Dale, you're supposed to be on top of this stuff. I don't know. Where's my full report?
That's the word on the street is that it was 6:30, but they're still warming up, and there's a lot of seniors out there, so who knows?
All right, that's our man with his ear to the rail. What's going on here? Well, I guess let's go ahead and take a look at some of the matchups going on around the area tonight, because there are some intriguing ones. Right now, we're not sure how the top 2 slots in District 1 in Class 3 are going to figure out tonight. We'll know by the end of the night, because Galena's at Frontenac. Both of those teams have wins over Parsons, so we know now that Parsons is going to be, barring an absolute collapse against Columbus tonight, they'll be the 3rd team in that district. And then 1 and 2 will sort themselves out tonight. That should be a good game tonight over in Frontenac. Prairie View at 3 and 4 is at 2 and 5 Anderson County, so that'll kind of shake things out towards the bottom of this district. Parsons is at Columbus, so 5 and 2 Parsons, 2 and 5 Columbus. So Parsons is pretty much a lock for that 3rd seed, no matter how that game plays out. So you know that if the Trojans win tonight against Burlington and are the top seed out of this district, they will play Columbus next week, just as we prognosticated last week. I'm like Nostradamus over here. 2 and 5 Iola's at 1 and 6 Santa Fe Trail. Somebody's got to win that game. Lebec County at 2 and 5 is at 7 and 0 Chanute. 1 and 6 El Dorado is at 1 and 6 Indy. Wichita North at 0 and 7 comes into Pittsburgh to take on the Purple Dragons, who sit at 4 and 3. 5 and 2 Coffeyville is at 1 and 6 Fort Scott. 3 and 4 Marmarton Valley is at 4 and 3 St. Paul tonight over an 8-man action. 2 and 5 Northeast is at 0 and 7 Southeast. Not too often Northeast goes in as the favorite, but record-wise, looks like they are there. Caney Valley at 5 and 2 is at 1 and 6 Riverton, and Humboldt at 5 and 2 hosts West Franklin, who comes in at 4 and 3. Those looks at your area matchups. Well, I got to turn back here. Those area matchups are brought to you by Diskins Auto and Towing, 120 East Forest Avenue in downtown Girard. Diskins offers 24-hour towing. You can repair all makes and models. To learn more, contact Diskins Auto and Towing at 620-724-8100. Well, as we eagerly anticipate the senior night festivities here in Girard, we'll take another quick break. When we come back, we'll have more of the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show as we talk starting lineups, recognize the seniors, and get ready for the opening kick here from Girard America. It's the Trojans and the Wildcats on Girard Sports Live.
The farmer's friend in the field is Crop Care. With their industry-leading crop scouting, Crop Care can catch diseases, bugs, and other yield-robbing issues before they affect your bottom line. Crop Care also offers grid soil sampling and plant sampling with lab-tested results, giving you an unmatched advantage. With coverage across the entire region, Crop Care has insight that can help you avoid problems before they start. Give Kurt or Josh Harris a call at 620-687-4795. Crop Care, the name says it all.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. He is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
Welcome back out to Frank Jameson Field. Both teams heading back into locker rooms for some final nuggets of wisdom from the coaches before they take the field tonight. I guess it's time to talk some starting lineups, Jess. Excuse me. Starting lineups are brought to you by the Jagged Edge. Trojans will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at Jagged Edge. Stylist Carla Sands, Robin Hawkins, or Eva Vietti will have you looking your best for your next big game. Make an appointment soon by calling 620-724-7500. Jess, the starting lineups.
All right. For Burlington starting defense, they're going to start number 1, Cam Stadell. He's a junior D-back. Number 2, Brody Webb, another junior defensive back. Number 5, Brody Anderson. He's a sophomore defensive back. Number 10, Cody Long, linebacker, senior. Number 12, Trey Feynman. He's a senior linebacker. Number 13, Grant Hegg. He's a senior linebacker. Number 24 is Chance Hegg. He's a sophomore defensive back. Number 33, Carson Bangs. He's a junior linebacker. And then down in the trenches would be number 59, Wayne Rohrer. Number 12, number 59, Wayne Rohrer, senior. Number 62, Sutton Sleezer. He's a junior. And number 66, Alex Edwards, senior defensive lineman.
Those are the defensive starters for Burlington, and you heard quite a bit of youth on that roster. And I think we're getting ready for senior night festivities, so we're going to be quiet, and we'll let the PA announcer take over. We'll talk about Girard starters when we get back.
Our first senior tonight is Alex Kester. He participates in football, is the son of Aaron and Melissa Kester. Aiden Damon, who participates in football, is the son of Pat and Marilyn Damon. Ethan Davidson, who participates in football, is the son of Stephanie Davidson and grandson of Charlie Davidson. Justin Ferguson, who participates in football, is the son of Todd and Lori Ferguson. Bo Harris. Participates in football is the son of Brett and Micah Harris. Hunter Hickman. Participates in football is the son of Rick Hickman and Diana Model. Garrett Humble. Participates in football is the son of Donnie and Desiree Humble. Ryan Jarbo. Participates in football is the son of Roger Jarbo and Melissa Smith. Luke Nigaman. Participates in football is the son of Ben and Ashley Nigaman. Jaden Norris. Participates in football is the son of Todd and Jay Norris. Cordell Saran. Participates in football is the son of Dallas and Crystal Saran. Adam Shireman. Participates in football is the son of Dan and Angie Shireman. Christian Taylor. Participates in football is the son of Craig Taylor. Eric Williams. Participates in football is escorted tonight by Patricia Hill, Grace Jubber, and RJ Jubber. Zoe Rhodes has managed the football team, is the daughter of Bud and Erin Rhodes. Sarah Goebel participates in volleyball, is the daughter of David and Anna Goebel. Leah McGowan participates in volleyball, is the daughter of Dale and Kylie McGowan. Emmeline Sinnott participates in volleyball, is the daughter of Chris and Aaron Sinnott. Haley Troike participates in volleyball, is the daughter of Jason and Margot Troike. Lakeland Arthur participates in cross country, is the granddaughter of Dale and Loretta Bailey. Leo Bass participates in cross country, is the son of Cece and Barbara Bass. Brett Clevenger participates in cross country, is the son of Nate and Maria Clevenger. Gavin DeGrava participates in cross country, is the son of Kurt and Amy DeGrava. Laney Nichols participates in cross country, is the daughter of Steve and Renee Hibden. Tanner Olbrick participates in cross country, is the son of Brad and Gina Olbrick. Johanna Walker participates in cross country, is the daughter of DJ Walker and Christian Hewer. Rainey Paulin participates in golf, is the daughter of Zach and Candy Adams and Jeremy Paulin. Ashley Sabin participates in golf, is the daughter of Aaron and Misty Sabin. Lindsay Beats participates in band. Color guard, girls golf, is the daughter of Mark and Kim Beats. Kelly Dowling participates in the band, is the daughter of Cheryl Christopher. Lisa Garber participates in the band, is the daughter of Jennifer Garber. Sierra Gilmore participates in debates and band, is the daughter of Grant and Annabeth Gilmore. Spencer Jagles participates in the band, is the son of Josh Jagles and Laura Jagles. Kendra Johnson participates in band and color guard, is the daughter of Carrie Johnson and the late Kenny Johnson. Brandon Lewis participates in band, is the son of Chris and Mary Lewis. Tanner Segola participates in band and is escorted by the host family, Alice and Dawn Lipasek. Jonah Sanford participates in debates and band, is the son of Brian and Sheila Sanford. Caitlin Cranston participates in debate, is the daughter of Greg and Holly Cranston. Anna Greneau participates in debate, is the daughter of Mike and Emily Greneau. Shiloh Harley participates in debate, is the daughter of Cordell and Nema Harley. Jackson Robinson participates in debate, is the son of Mr. Randy Robinson and Dr. Brenda Robinson. Escorted tonight by Alexandra Robinson. Elizabeth Littlefield participates in debate, is the daughter of Ken and Carrie Littlefield. We would like to extend a special thanks to our students and their teammates for their hard work and our extracurricular activities. Seniors, we wish you the best and thank you for your commitment. Again, congratulations, 2022 Fall Seniors.
All right, congratulations to this year's crop of seniors from Girard High School. We'll step away for another break. We'll be back with more of the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show, talk starting lineups as we move closer to the opening kick of tonight's matchup between the Girard Trojans and the Burlington Wildcats. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
For years, James Brumback and Brumback Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown. So be sure to stop by Brumback's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumback's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770. Good luck, Trojans, from Brumback Service Center.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings and a variety of other dishes that would satisfy any cravings, even homemade pie. Besides dine-in and carry-out, Chicken Annie's of Girard also does catering in the area. Stop in on Highway 47 in Girard for a hearty meal, and follow Chicken Annie's of Girard on Facebook for specials.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself, when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
Mathis Drugstore Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drugstore, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athlete.
Welcome back out to Frank Jameson Field. There's a shot of the beautiful sunset. We messed around and played commercials for too long. It was like the sky was on fire earlier. As the Trojans take the field here, getting set to take on the Burlington Wildcats. Both teams 3-0 in district play in Kansas Class 3A District 2. And Jess, you still owe us a starting lineup for the Trojans.
Yeah, we'll go with the offensive starters for the Trojans, and they'll start senior quarterback Luke Nigaman, senior running back Bo Harris, senior running back Ethan Davidson, senior running back Alex Kester, senior wide receiver Caleb Scales, sophomore tight end Scott Moore, and then senior lineman Eric Williams, senior lineman Justin Ferguson, senior lineman Cordell Saran, junior lineman Caleb Combs, and senior lineman Ryan Jarbo.
Team's getting set for the coin toss. We'll step away for our final break of the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. We'll be back with the opening kick from here at Frank Jameson Field. Girard, Kansas, Trojans and the Wildcats get set to kick things off. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Call service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Coles carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Coles continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Coles Service, 620-724-4121. See more at ColesServiceLLC.com.
Workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Sparkion's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to
a partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage, Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed. Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter is now owned by GHS alum Braden Peak and GMS teacher Heather Peak, and they are proud to support the Trojans. Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630. See their ad in names and numbers.
The place to be before or after the game is Heroes Barbecue. Come and experience Jim and Tammy Jarvis's family-friendly atmosphere, and of course, that mouth-watering barbecue. Heroes is the place for that great grill food you love, a kids menu, and daily specials, including those delicious ribs. Heroes is open for lunch and dinner Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, and in the evenings on Fridays and Saturdays. Or stop by all day on Sunday. Be sure to like Heroes Barbecue and Catering on Facebook. Stop by and see them at 820 South Summit in Girard, and see what all the fuss is about at Heroes Barbecue.
All right, they're members of the Girard Choir singing our national anthem as we get set for kickoff here between the Trojans and the Wildcats. We're all trying to get everything squared away here. Both these teams 3-0 in district play. That's about to change tonight for one of these squads as we get set for the opening coin flip. And for years and years, we've talked about it for a while before this game, talked about it with Coach Philpott last week. That Burlington's been known for that single wing for as long as I can remember. And the thing was, oh, watch out. You go play these guys. You've never seen this offense before, and it'll get you. And it has gotten the Trojans in the past a couple times. But now they've switched to this spread offense, and which in and of itself can be dangerous. That's why the pros run it. But at the high school level, it's sometimes a pass-happy offense is kind of a tough ask for your personnel.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes, Cliff Kingsbury, there's been a few at Texas Tech that really shined in that type of offense. But I agree, Josh, I haven't seen very few local high school teams able to master that spread offense.
Well, it's, things come in, go, fads as far as offenses go, like the Wildcat. Everybody ran the Wildcat for a while, and there was a period there back in the 80s where everybody ran the wishbone or some form of it. Split back veer had its moments. Everybody's, it seems like offenses come and go.
The veer maybe lasted forever because I still call the Trojan offense is a variation of a veer type offense. But the Warren Moon and the run and shoot, they had everybody, which is kind of what based the spread offense, all come out of the run and shoot. But
more so that type of pass option is more popular in the NFL and college now, that quick release.
Well, it's
quick get it out.
The NFL almost had to adopt it just because of the personnel that were coming out of college. Like, everybody runs that in college. It's
people being so quick also.
Right.
But you're not allowed to hit a defensive receiver across the middle. You're not allowed to tackle the quarterback too hard. I mean, it all favors the passing offense.
Yeah. The change to the defensive holding and pass interference rules over the years, all of that has really changed the game and made it more pass happy for sure.
And that's what the crowd likes. So, you know, it helps the NFL more. I think it hurts it.
But, you know, Dale Shireman, we're gonna have Leah Smith in here at halftime talking about and announcing the hometown hero drawing for the $100 gift certificate to Heroes Barbecue. Of course, Leah's a great sponsor of Girard Sports Live, and so's Heroes, and serendipitously that works out well. But Dale Shireman will tell you, and Coach Larry Garman said it years and years, 3 things can happen when you pass the ball, and 2 of them are bad.
2 of them aren't good.
That's right. And so you got to be able to execute that pass-happy offense, or you're 3 and out and you've taken 5 seconds off the clock and the other team comes back out and gets the ball. And it can put yourself in particular defense if you're and your whole team if you're going both ways, which it looks like a lot of Burlington's guys will be doing tonight. It can really put you in a bind.
Oh, but it's so much more fun to watch. I like to see a guy throw it 60 yards rather than a run.
I don't know. 2 years ago, we were at Baxter Springs, and they ran the spread, and I'll tell you right now, that was not fun to watch.
Baxter Springs, my team of choice this year?
That's right. Your Cinderellas this year.
How are they doing? I don't think they're doing
They lost
too well.
to Columbus, so they're slipping. They're slipping.
They almost held out in that game.
Falling back to earth.
Even Cinderella has a midnight.
Trojans will kick this away. They'll have the ball to start the second half. Garrett Humble's set to kick it away. Back to receive Cam Stadell. And Zane Hoback for Burlington. A high short kick is going to take a Burlington hop. And the Trojans are on it. And it's Trojan football. Nobody bothered to field the kick. And the Trojans will have it at the Burlington 27-yard line. So I'm not sure that's how they drew it up in the locker room, but a fortuitous bounce for the Trojans. And it seemed like anybody from Burlington wanted the ball.
And it looked like 2 Trojans just ran past it as well and just kind of stared at it. And it's like, man, that's a live ball.
Well, that never happened, so nobody knew what to do.
If you're the kicking coach right now, you are praising Garrett Humble.
All right, Trojans with it. First down and 10 at the Burlington 27-yard line. Quick pitch to the outside. Bo Harris trying to turn the corner, lowers the boom. He's across 25 to the 24-yard line. A gain of about 3 on first down.
And that's Davidson.
I'm sorry, Ethan Davidson.
And he hit Burlington. He initiated contact there at that outside linebacker in Burlington.
Delivered the shot there.
Looked like he was kind of losing his balance a little bit.
Yep, not the biggest guy, but definitely
he's one of the toughest, though.
Brought the pain that time. Lone receiver to the near side is Scott Moore for the Trojans. Davenport in motion, or Davidson in motion, gets the pitch. And after a gain of about 5, he's wrapped up and dropped at the 20-yard line.
Well, I think Philpott sees something he likes on that outside, because there's been 2 plays now where he's gone towards that pitch on the outside to Ethan Davidson. Tried to get him a hole or something to open up.
Kind of a similar situation to Anderson County last week. When you watch Burlington on film, a lot of times they give up big plays on the edge. You got to think that maybe Girard's coaches saw something there that they liked. They've gone to the edge both times here. Now they're looking at a 3rd down and a long 2 at the 20-yard line. Need to get just inside the 18 for a first down. Nigaman will keep it himself. He has a first down, 15-10, inside the 10, drug down from behind. And they're going to put the ball right outside the 5-yard line. So we'll call that a gain of 15 on the play for Luke Nigaman.
Yeah, that time Luke just ran quarterback power off tackle and just 11 on 11.
First and goal for the Trojans. Handoff goes to Kester, and Burlington does a good job of gain tackling there to stop Kester for no gain on the play. It'll bring up second and goal from the 5.
Certainly not as successful as the last play, but you still have to try and set up that inside, regardless of whether you get the big yards or not.
Got to keep them honest.
Exactly. The more they get sucked into the box, and the more guys like Ethan Davidson and Bo Harris are free to run on the outside. So it's a good setup, especially with the offense that we run. It's not always flashy, but it works.
Play action this time. Pass the outside. Davidson wide open in the corner of the end zone, and the Trojans lead it 6-0.
Well, we've seen a variation of kind of the bubble screen to Ethan this year, but this time he kind of just pretended like he was blocking for a little bit, slipped out. Luke fakes the handoff, throws a little quick dart to Ethan, bobbles the catch a little bit, but falls into the end zone. Easy touchdown.
Trojans on to attempt the extra point. Hubble's going to do the kicking duties for the Trojans here, and the mishandled kick comes back to bite Burlington as the Trojans score quickly. They lead it 7-0 with 9.5 to play first quarter. We'll step away for a quick break. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Kick for the Trojans.
Trojans set to kick this one away. I bet you somebody from Burlington gets on this one. And that one goes to the end zone for a touchback, so Burlington will have it 1st and 10 at their own 20. 9.5 to play. Jess, how about a drive summary for the Trojans?
Yeah, the Trojans took 2.5 minutes off the clock, 5 plays, 27 yards, touchdown pass, Diggerman to Davidson. Field goal was good. Trojans lead 7-0.
So Hunter, penalty flag there as got one of the Trojans going a little bit early there.
It's like number 21 in the backfield.
Yeah, Hunter Reiling, the junior running back there with Cam Stedell. Reiling's going to put this one up. They've got a man deep, and he has it. That's Brody Anderson, and just like that, Burlington answers back as Anderson beats Alex Kester over the top, and Burlington cuts the Trojan lead to 1. An 80-yard touchdown pass from Stedell to Brody Anderson.
Yeah, and it was just a little bit of play action. I think everyone on the Trojan defense was expecting a run there, and it just didn't happen. They faked the handoff well, and that man gets free over the middle. No one there to catch him either.
Burlington to attempt the point after. Snap is good. The kick is blocked. And the Trojans hang on to a 1-point lead after the big pass play over the top. And you know the defense for the Trojans is going to have some conversations on the sideline about not letting people get behind you.
Looked like Adam Shireman got in on the block on that one too.
The 1-point lead here for Girard. We'll keep it right here. And guys, lots of fireworks early in this one.
Yeah, exciting. We talked about Burlington and getting over the top, and Girard's going to have to make some adjustments and play a deep safety or maybe stuff some people at the line of scrimmage.
You guys were saying they have a top-ranked relay team in track and field.
Yeah, the state 4x100 state champs last year, and Daryl was saying that they graduated. There was one senior off that team, so 3 of those returning state champion relay are the wide receivers for this Burlington team.
So the Trojans have some adjustments to make to that speed on defense, and it's going to be a good opportunity for them because they're going to see that kind of speed as they move forward through the playoffs this year. But Burlington, probably without a doubt, the fastest team they've seen yet.
And give Stadell some good credit there. He had Shireman right in his face with his hands up. He had to throw it over the D-line and dropped a dime.
Dropped it in a bucket. Yeah.
I will say, though, I think this is what the Trojans want. You don't want a weak matchup going into the playoffs. You want some challenge so that you're prepared for these playoff opponents who are going to get nothing but better as the road goes.
Well, they're getting one here early from the Wildcats as Burlington set to kick it away. Emmett Hazen, sophomore kicker. Low knuckling kick, fielded at the 32-yard line. That was Caleb Combs who got the ball for the Trojans, and at least somebody wanted it for the Trojans.
It's a good sign.
I'll have it. 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line. 9:19 to play here first quarter, I'm sorry. Trojans have had a series of lopsided victories, but they're in a early dogfight here with Burlington. That handoff goes straight ahead, and that is Adam Shireman with it, and he just gets back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a 2nd down and long here for the Trojans.
Yeah, so far over the middle, not very productive. Besides the QB power by Luke, hasn't been very productive with the middle. Hopefully they can fix that as the day goes on, which I'm sure they will. But right now, hard to get anything started.
Well, I think they're attacking that edge, and if they keep doing that, you'll get the linebackers bailing out of the middle of the field to try and help out on the outside, and that's when you can get something quick hitter in the middle. Nigaman rolling out, throws, has a man, and it's incomplete as Bo Harris couldn't come up with the catch there at the 44-yard line. It would have been enough for a 1st down, but Harris couldn't keep the handle, and it'll bring up 3rd down and long here for the Trojans.
Yeah, it looked like he had it and just couldn't secure it through the tackle. Good job there by Burlington to knock that out, take him to the ground.
I will say that was pretty good cornerback play by Brody Anderson. I think he was the Wildcat that was on that play.
2 wide now for the Trojans, looking at a 3rd down and long. Davidson starts to go in motion to kind of get a pre-snap read on that defense. Now Burlington showing some pressure. They back off. Nigaman looking to pass. Had Davidson, but he didn't get his head around in time. And kind of taking a look at the coverage and not looking back at the quarterback. And that'll bring up 4th down and long for the Trojans, punting situation. Yeah, first punt of the ball game.
And first punt in a while, too.
Trojans just a little bit out of sync there. Both of those pass plays were there. Davidson was open. Bo Harris had the ball in his hands, but just a little bit off, and now they're punting the ball away here, leading by 1. 8.5 to play first quarter. Snap is good. The kick is a high, spiraling punt. Going to take a Wildcat bounce at about the 38-yard line. That's where it's downed by the Trojans. They'll mark it at the 39. That's where Burlington will take over. They went 80 yards in one play on their first possession for a touchdown. So the Trojans looking to maybe make them work a little bit harder for this one. Trojans showing some pressure. There it comes. And the little read option in the backfield is blown up. Good penetration that time by the Trojan D. As that was Hunter Reiling, their junior running back, brought down for a loss of 1 on the play.
And I think the Wildcats are taking no time to think about it. They're just going to keep going and try and catch the Trojans off guard again like they did on the first drive.
Going with a little tempo here. And this one goes to Stidell, and he's got a pretty decent gain up to about the 43-yard line. Call it a gain of about 5 on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 6.
You would almost think that Girard Trojan defense is playing lax right now with how many plays are getting by them. You typically don't see this type of offensive performance by the other teams. At least that's what's been shown this year.
Spread offense. Spread you out.
Stidell's going to get it again, coming near side, makes a man miss, cuts back against the grain, has the first down across midfield to the Trojan 46-yard line.
Yeah, like you said there, Josh, he shakes a tackle in the backfield. Trojans had him bottled up there for a loss.
Call it a gain of 11. Now 4 wide in this set. Snap goes to Reiling, the handoff to Stidell, running up the middle. And the Trojans track him down, but he's kind of shifty in that backfield. With about an 8-yard gain there on first down, brings up a 2nd and 2.
Trojan D-line made him cut back. Stidell did a great job of reading the hole in the cutback lane and turned that upfield.
Reiling in the gun, trips to the near side. Fakes the handoff, nope, gives it to Stidell, and he's dropped in the backfield by Alex Kester. Kester read that one, and it's a 2-yard loss for Stidell. Brings up a 3rd down and about 4.
And I did hear before the game from a lot of these Girard players that Stidell is a stud. He's no athlete to just walk around and pretend he's not there. He's going to make plays on you, so you have to beat him.
Again out of the gun, 4 wide in this set, trips to the near side. Reiling waiting for the snap, gets it, drops back, looks near side. Here's the pass, picked off! Picked off by the Trojans! Joel Jubber going the distance, and the Trojan defense answers back with a big play of their own. And Girard goes up 13-6.
Yeah, it was great job there by Joel Jubber to read that pass, jump the route, and take it to the house.
And
Pick 6 for Joel Jubber, and the Trojans are up by 7.
He's kind of been a silent defender this year, always just kind of played his position, been that man out there to stop the passes, but making a big play here, answering back for Girard.
Trojans will go for 1 here. High snap, down. Humble's kick is up, and good. Trojans lead it 14-6. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
For years, James Brumback and Brumback Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown, so be sure to stop by Brumback's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumback's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770. Good luck, Trojans, from Brumback Service Center.
Welcome back to Frank Jameson Field. Trojan defense comes up with a big play. Joel Jubber with the pick 6 to give the Trojans a 14-6 lead. And just when it looked like Burlington's offense was starting to roll again, the Trojan defense comes up with a big play.
Yeah, and good timing, too. Burlington was marching down the field.
Humble kicks this one away, a low knuckling affair. It's heading towards the sidelines, and it'll give Burlington pretty good field position at the 35 to start this drive. But, man, what an opportune time for a turnover and a score by that Trojan defense. And, you know, a wise man once said, Jess, when you throw the ball, 3 things can happen. And 2 of them are bad, and we just witnessed that right there.
Right, and you saw the other 2 when Girard's second possession there with 2 incompletes and a 3 and out and have to punt. That's what we're talking about.
Trojans run a man onto the field late. It's Christian Taylor. And now the Trojans are going to have to take a timeout, straighten things out personnel-wise. We don't comment on personnel issues.
Excited. Still first quarter.
Yeah, it is. That's what happens when you got a pass-happy team.
Yeah.
Come out, throw, and no time goes off the clock.
Right. But it's only been 18 minutes of real time even. I mean, what a exciting.
Lots of points here.
Would you say, Jess, that it's more fun to watch?
Yeah. As long as the Trojans keep scoring, it's a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Ethan Brooks back in the lineup defensively for the Trojans this week at the free safety spot. 1st and 10 for Burlington from the 35. Reverse. Now here comes the pass. Over the top to the quarterback. Catch is made. And that was Brody Anderson, the sophomore running back on the reception there. As you kind of got to be careful where they're lining everybody up here. As Anderson lined up in the quarterback slot, but hasn't played much quarterback yet in this game. And the pass was thrown by Hunter Reiling, who lined up at the wide receiver spot, but has played quarterback the entire game. So 3 wide this time. Shotgun for Burlington after the trickeration. Handoff goes up the middle and pelted. Cody Long, a senior running back, just drilled on that play. And no gain. He'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 at the 44.
Yeah, that's Juan Pizarro just come in there and laying a stick.
You know, we did talk a little bit about the health level of the Trojans coming into this game. We were wondering how they were going to be able to handle that run with Pike and some other guys that were coming off injury. So looks like they're doing a decent job so far.
Shotgun, bad snap, all kinds of things went wrong on that play. And it's going to be a legal procedure against Burlington. And that'll back them up 5. It'll bring up 2nd down and 15. And that one just didn't look good. No part of that looked good.
No, they jumped on the motion. I think center saw everybody else moving, so he snapped the ball late. And
that looked like something I choreographed. 4 wide in this set. Reiling in the gun. Trojans bring some pressure. Quick hitter on the slant. And belted down after the catch is Trey Feynman, senior wide receiver. Another one of those speedy seniors out there on the outside. Will bring up a 3rd down and about 6 for the Trojans.
Yeah, that was good coverage by Scales. He was able to get underneath it. Doesn't quite get there in time, allows the catch, but is able to make the tackle, and then Christian Taylor comes and finishes him off.
Gain of 10 on the play. Sets up about a 3rd, call it a gain of 9. Set up a 3rd and 6. Now here goes Reiling to the outside, being pursued from behind and cut down inside the 40 at about the 38. It's going to be 4th down decision time here for Burlington and Coach Petrie. It's a 4th and about 4. We'll see what the Wildcats decide to do, and looks like they're going to go for it here.
yeah, positive. On the positive side of the field, you saw how fast Girard can score.
Yeah, and you got to watch that quick slant here and that little wide receiver screen action here as there's 3 wide receivers to the near side. Almost got the Trojans jump, almost again, and there's a hard count, and it looks like a false start against Burlington, and it is.
Yeah, it was those outside guys that kept jumping, so that doesn't matter because it's not neutral zone infraction. But then the tackle for Burlington ends up jumping off sides in the long run, so it kind of works against them.
Now we'll see. Are they going to punt this, or are they going to just keep on going for it? It looks like they're going to bring in the punting unit.
Right, that might change there. The 4th and 8's a lot different than 4th and 3.
I thought maybe they'd just have the quarterback punt it. You see that a lot in college football, but not too often in high school. So Alex Kester stands back at about the 15-yard line, set to receive a low angling punt, and it's going to roll dead and be touched dead at about the 10-yard line. And that's where the Trojans will take over. 2:13 to play here. First quarter. Is there a flag?
Yeah, I got a flag down on the far side.
And it's against Burlington. Again, another false start. A little nervousness or jumpiness there along the front for Burlington, and now they're going to have to kick this one over again. Kester steps up to the just inside the 20-yard line. And Emmett Hazen to kick it away, punt it away for Burlington. This one a much higher punt, and Kester again lets it go. And it takes a Wildcat bounce inside the 10 to about the 6-yard line. And they must have just told Alex, don't field these. And that one comes back to bite the Trojans. 5-yard penalty ends up costing Girard 5 yards in field position on the repunt. Trojans will take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line. 1:46 to play first quarter. Trojans leading at 14-6. This one for all the marbles in Class 3A District 2. I got some district rankings, graphics ready to go. We just need a lull in the action. We just haven't had one. I'd love to talk about it, but this game has taken up all my attention. Kester runs into the referee, might make one of the better defensive plays of the evening for Burlington. And definitely slowed Kester down, but he's able to pick up the first down out to about the 19-yard line, so call it a gain of 15 on the play.
Yeah, and I think I saw one of the Burlington defenders just tap that ref on the shoulder. Kind of made the play of the night there so far. Not a very good job of getting out of the way.
Widen this step for the Trojans. Quick pitch to the outside to Bo Harris. He's wrapped up and dropped behind the line. A loss of 1 on the play. Harris just didn't really have anywhere to go. Good penetration on the outside that time by Burlington.
Harris takes the pitch.
Well, trying to attack the edge again. Nothing doing yet, though.
Burlington offsides there, big time. A little too much anticipation by Cody Long, senior linebacker, in the neutral zone there. Long is the one who caught that slant earlier. Now that was Feynman. So the Trojans have it now, 2nd down and 6 at the, call it about the 28. Hand off to Kester, this time up the gut. Still has room, still rolling. Nope, those were blockers. I thought he was in there somewhere, like an old rugby mall or something, but it is enough for a first down up to just inside the 30-yard line.
I will say it got me, too. I kind of followed.
Yeah.
It looked like Ryan Jarbo and Justin Ferguson were the ones that were doing the blocking. I kind of followed them a little bit farther up the field.
And that's the final play of the first quarter. It's been an active one. Trojans lead at 14-6. We'll step away for a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Walnut, Hepler, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Celebrate, recognize, build. That's the promise of Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Owners Greg and Missy Scott are committed to helping their customers celebrate special moments, recognize achievements, and build relationships. With a huge selection of Trojan gear, plaques and awards, custom leather patch hats, trophies, and so much more. Plus, while you're there, stop in next door to find the latest fashions from Aubrey at Scott & Company. Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Learn more at wilbertawards.com or call 620-724-0341.
Located in the greater Metroplex of Walnut, partnered with the Girard High School Future Business Leaders of America.
Welcome back out to Frank Jameson Field. Trojans lead it 14-6. Offense starting to roll as they have it 1st and 10 just inside their own 30-yard line. This drive started back at about the 6-yard line.
$2,280. Bolton, Resort Walker, Pat Wheeler, Greg Sharman, J.D. Sexton, Joe Kennedy, Dan Sharman, and Don Wheeler are hitting off to present a check to GHS Principal Mr. Todd Ferguson and GHS FBLA Chapter Vice President and Kansas FBLA District 1 Vice President Joe Sanford, as well as GHS FBLA Top Salesperson Shyla Farley and Kenneth Pope. Thank you, Bolton Masonic Lodge, for supporting our schools and making this fundraising opportunity possible.
Recognizing the Girard Masonic Lodge for donation to Girard schools. Hats off to them.
A lot of recognizations tonight.
Yeah.
Yep, here's the undefeated 8th grade boys that'll be part of the Trojans varsity or high school team next year.
You always want your youth to have
good numbers for the 8th grade team.
Yep. Hey, we're back to varsity football here.
All right. 1st and 10 for the Trojans, just inside their 30-yard line. Quick pitch to the outside. Harris kind of had to wait on it for a second. Now cuts it up inside, still on his feet and rolling. And he has enough for the Trojan 1st down out across the 40-yard line.
Yeah, great job there by Bo. I thought he was kind of stopped there in the backfield. I was like, man, I wish he'd cut it upfield, and then he cuts it upfield.
Cut it upfield.
Yeah, good job, Bo.
We've kind of talked about that all season, how he's gotten so much better at this running back position just from last year.
Yeah, just being willing to stick his foot in the ground and just get what he can get upfield. That time, 11 yards and a 1st down. 11.5 to play, 1st half. Now Nigaman with it around the end and brought down in the outside by Brody Webb. Good open field tackle there. Nigaman would have been across midfield there pretty easily. Brings up a 2nd down and 2 for the Trojans at the 48.
Yeah, an 8-yard run there by Nigaman. Just option play. Good read by the quarterback.
Handoff goes to Kester right up the gut. He's got room to run. Runs a man over at the 40-yard line and finally brought down by a couple of Wildcats at about the 37-yard line. Another 1st down for Kester. Call it a gain of 12.
And did he ever lower his head and just run that kid over?
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier, setting up that edge, getting those linebackers out of there. A little bit of misdirection. Bo Harris comes in motion. All the linebackers scatter, and that leaves the middle wide open for Alex Kester. Makes a man miss, runs a man over, and a good gain for the Trojans.
4 carries, 32 yards for Kester here in the 1st half. Another handoff to Kester right up the gut. He'll have about 5 yards. Brings up a 2nd down and 5.
No misdirection about that one. That was just
nothing flashy.
Right up the middle.
It's good. I like to see diametrically opposed philosophies of football go up against each other. And I usually root for the team that runs the ball. That one tipped up in the air and almost intercepted right into the basket of Cody Long. He just couldn't haul it in. And Trojans dodge a bullet there, 3rd down and 6.
Well, I was lucky I saved my words. I was just about to say I root for the passing teams, but glad I didn't say it there. That would have been bad timing.
I just think Josh uses too big of words.
What?
Diabolically.
Diametrically?
See, I couldn't even understand it. Yeah.
Nigaman fakes the pitch now outside quickly, and good job reading it on the outside by Trey Feynman, senior linebacker for Burlington. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 6 for the Trojans, and they're just going to keep the offense out on the field. Doesn't look like much deliberation going on at all.
Yeah, I'm sure here comes the Trojan hard count first. We'll send a man in motion. Luke will bark hike, and hopefully Burlington jumps off sides.
Well, that'll make it 4th and 1.
Yeah.
Much more manageable.
Yeah. Oh, no hard count. Here's the snap. Nigaman rolling near side, throws it low and incomplete. Not the best throw in the world. That was intended for Caleb Scales, and Scales not able to dig it off of the carpet. And that'll turn it over on downs to Burlington. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
And I will say, based on where Caleb landed, I wasn't even sure if he would have caught that ball if he would have had the first down yardage.
No, he didn't get across the sticks. Then the throw was at his feet. And
but he was wide open.
He was wide open.
Yeah.
It was there, but the Trojans didn't execute it in the pass game, and now Burlington with it here. Chance to tie the game. And there's a flag.
Delay a game.
Way back in the Trojan backfield, and play clock had run down to zeros to see if Burlington called a timeout, and they did. So no penalty there, but the Wildcats burned their first timeout. Both teams now with 2 here in the first half. The Trojans, you got to bounce back from the disappointment there, turning it over on downs. And a lot of times when you get this change of momentum play, the offense will go for a big shot, so they got to be careful. They don't want to give up a chunk play here.
Right, and Burlington shown their opening drive, 75-yard pass play over the top, so they've shown big playability, but they haven't gone much back to it. Now they've tried a little ground and pound. I don't know, soften us up.
They went back to the pass game, and the Trojans came up with a pick 6. That'll make you a little gun shy, maybe. Too wide to the near side. They're going to throw the little screen outside. Trojans are all over it. And they may have picked up a yard on the play. Nowhere to go for Chance Haig, sophomore running back out there.
That was one of those plays that the Trojan defense had read from the start. It looked like Ethan Davidson had the outside, Alex Kessler had the inside. No chance.
Yeah, they're going to actually mark that for like a loss of 2.
Yeah, loss of 2 on the play.
That helps even more.
Brings up 2nd down and about 12 here. 3 wide to the far side this time for Burlington as Hunter Reiling awaits the snap, gets it, now pressured, and there's a flag and in the neighborhood of holding. The pass incomplete through the hands of his intended receiver, Trey Feynman.
And it was holding against Burlington.
Usually when it's thrown by the referee behind the quarterback, that's 9 times out of 10.
And
if it's not roughing, that's what it is holding. And seeing as how he didn't get hit.
Right, and our D end on that side, I think it's
Pizarro.
Well, Pizarro. So that offensive tackle had a choice to either hold Pizarro or let his quarterback get lit up.
I think that's a good choice, probably. I don't want to take hits from Pizarro every now and then.
He sounds like he should be a conquistador or something. With
There's those words again.
Yeah.
What makes you say
There's
that?
a run right up the middle. Well, there was a conquistador named Pizarro. He's the one who conquered the Incas. Cam Stedell on the carry there. Picked up the penalty yardage back about to the original line of scrimmage, so a gain of about 9 on the play for Stedell. 5 carries, 31 yards for that young man.
A good hard run there that Burlington opened up a big hole.
Looked like Trojans had him stopped, and then he just kept the legs churning and picked up another 5 yards. 4 wide this time for Burlington. Ball's on the turf, and Reiling able to jump on it and secure possession for Burlington, but they're in a punt situation here as the snap miscue cost them. And now Kester with another opportunity to return a punt as he stands back at the Trojan 42-yard line. And these punts coming from Emmett Hazen have been kind of wild and woolly. You can see why Kester just kind of gets away from them, because they're twisting, knuckling, low, line drive sorts of punts. Gets this one in. There's a little more traditional punt for you, Alex. He fields it over the shoulder, across the 40, 45. Nice block on the outside by the Trojans, and then a flag comes in late as Kester's brought down at midfield. So pending the penalty, the Trojans could either have okay field position or really good field position.
Looks like they're walking backwards.
And okay it is. Got a block in the back against Girard, and so that'll mark them 10 yards. Back to their own 40-yard line, so just pretty good field position as opposed to really good. 6.5 to play first half. Trojans with a 14-6 lead over Burlington, and this is for the top seed in Kansas Class 3A District 2. The top spot in District 1, just to the south of us, is being decided right now over in Frontenac, with the Raiders taking on the Galena Bulldogs tonight. And that'll shake out a lot of this playoff picture. Oh, bad pitch from the Trojans, and Davidson being manhandled out there as the pitch came his way, and Luke Nigaman able to jump on top of it for Girard, but it backs him up about 8 yards, lost 9 yards on the play, brings up a second down and very long at the Trojan 31-yard line. So now just meh field position.
And a harsh situation to get out of.
Yep. And that pitch wasn't necessarily there. Now this time Nigaman's just going to keep it himself, cuts it up inside, undercut. Had his legs chopped out from under him at about the 37, and he falls forward to about the 39-yard line. Gets most of that yardage back. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 11 now for Girard, and that's a bit more manageable than 3rd and 19.
Still not what you want, but
you're right, not ideal.
Yeah.
Not ideal.
Still doable for this electric Trojan offense, so I wouldn't doubt if they get it done, but I'm not going to make any bets.
We've seen them convert longer 3rd downs than this season. Passing game's been a little out of sync here over these last couple of possessions.
They're going to have to call timeout.
And now the Trojans are calling a timeout because the play clock was winding down on them. And they'll have one left here in the first half. We'll take a timeout as well. Trojans lead at 14-6. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Welcome back out to Frank Jameson Field. Trojans just burned their second time out as the play clock was running down. They avoided a delay of game. They're looking at a 3rd down and 11 from their own 39-yard line. And so far, Burlington's proven to be a tough out here for the Trojans here in the first half. It's a team that's 3-0 in district play. They're sitting in first place in the Pioneer League, so in a proud tradition there in Burlington. So you expect this kind of game out of these guys. Nigaman fakes the handoff, back to pass, has a man over the middle, and overthrows his intended receiver, Aiden Damon. And it'll bring up fourth down, a punting situation once again for the Trojans.
And again, he was open.
Boy, this game's been a tale of two quarters, hasn't it?
Yes.
First quarter was a gunfight. And the second quarter is kind of a heavyweight brawl.
The best of times and the worst of times.
Hickman set to punt it away. Stidell and let's see the other number out there. Hoback back to receive the punt. Hoback will have it at the 10, sheds a tackle, makes another man miss, stays on his feet out across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. So nice return there by Hoback. Looked like Trojans might have had him dead to rights at the 10-yard line, but he's able to bring it out to the 25. That's where Burlington will have it first and 10, 4:45 to play first half. Once again, 3 wide to the near side. Trojans only have 2 defenders over there with them, so if you're Hunter Reiling, you see that. Instead, they run up the gut. And Reiling keeps it for a gain of about 1 on the play.
Kind of like a quarterback draw. He took a step back, did a shoulder shake, and then tucked it and ran.
Yeah, to me it almost looked like the running back went to the wrong direction. I mean, and I would look out for trickery here. It looks like Reiling's going to line up in the slot.
Stidell heads to the sideline. Cody Long into the game. And you're right, Stidell is lined up as a slot receiver. Now they're working their alignment out. There's the snap. They're going to run near side, flag down on the play, and shoved out of bounds after a minimal gain is Brody Anderson, sophomore tailback. And it's a false start against Burlington. That'll back them up. Man, these pre-snap penalties are just killing Burlington tonight.
Besides that one instance where the punt happened to go farther, it's really been not helpful. I mean, it's just...
You know, the penalties rarely are, but that's the one instance where it worked out better for him on the re-punt. Now they're looking at a 2nd and 14 from their own 22. Need to get across the 41 for a first down. 3 wide to the near side. Man coverage on the far side. And they're going to try it up the gut again, and the Trojan D not having any of it. Looks like they may have even lost a yard on that one. Let's see. I believe that was Cody Long on the carry. May have lost a yard.
Both offenses kind of in a stalemate right now. The defensive side of the ball winning. Both sides not able to really get anything going on offense, leading to these long yardage situations on both sides.
4 wide this time, split. Reiling in the shotgun. Brings it down, he's sacked in the backfield. Good pressure that time for the Trojans. Anthony Pike on the tackle. And Pike was kind of questionable with the knee coming into this game, but able to come up with the big play there for Girard. It's going to force another punt as we wind under 3 minutes to play, and you got to think Burlington's going to let this clock wind all the way down if they're smart. Nope. Quick snap. Here's the kick. Almost blocked. End over end. Kester's going to play it on the hop at the midfield across the 40, 30, and edged out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. Here comes a flag in late, and it's from behind the play.
they're going to get Joel Jubber on, I'm pretty sure, holding or blocking the back. I didn't see it, but that's what they're going to call.
And it is a block in the back against the Trojans. They're still going to have pretty good field position here with 2:38 to play, and I don't understand if you're Burlington why you don't run that clock down unless you think your defense is going to force a 3-and-out here.
Which they have. They did the last time.
Yeah.
They've been able to stop the Trojan offense so far, so I guess it is right to trust the defense.
Well, Trojans will have it 1st and 10 at the Burlington 37-yard line. And this is a heavy set here for the Trojans. 2 tight ends. Handoff goes straight ahead to Kester, right up the gut. And he's spinning ahead as they try and strip the ball out. He secures it and has enough for the first down up to about the 23-yard line. So a gain of about 13 on the play for Alex Kester.
Trojans going tempo. They're snapping the ball now.
Another quick hitter that time. There's Kester again, and he looks like he'll get about, they keep walking forward, call it 8 yards on the carry.
I think they're going to keep going with this same play.
Well, now Nigaman will keep it himself, makes a man miss, leans forward, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. Well, he just kind of weaved his way through that Burlington defense, followed his blocks, and patient running by Luke Nigaman adds another 6 to the scoreboard for the Trojans.
Just a QB power. Had Scott Moore, Ryan Jarbo, Caleb Combs, all those guys out in front of him. Follows them like a convoy into the end zone. And the secure kicker.
The kick is up and good. Trojans lead at 21-6, under 2 minutes left to play first half. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings and a variety of other dishes that would satisfy any cravings, even homemade pie. Besides dine-in and carry-out, Chicken Annie's of Girard also does catering in the area. Stop in on Highway 47 in Girard for a hearty meal, and follow Chicken Annie's of Girard on Facebook for specials.
Welcome back to Frank Jameson Field. Trojans put together a scoring drive capped by a 15-yard touchdown run by Luke Nigaman to take a 21-6 lead. Garrett Humble set to kick it away. A long end-over-end kick, and it's going to go out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jess, how about a drive summary?
Yeah, Trojans ended up only going 3 plays, 37 yards. It took them 45 seconds off the game clock with Luke Nigaman with the 15-yard touchdown. Field goal extra point good by Garrett Humble give the Trojans a 21-6 lead.
Trojans starting to put a little bit of separation between them and Burlington, but this is a very important drive defensively here for the Trojans because we've seen Burlington able to go 80 yards in one play. Here they set up a wide receiver screen. Trojans rally to the ball and stop it after a gain of about 5 up to about the 25, 26-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5.
Yeah, the last 2 defensive possessions for the Trojans, Burlington's gained a combined negative 18 yards, though, so this Trojan defense has stifled them the last 2 times.
Stacked wide receivers in the slot to the near side, 4 wide in the set. Riling back to pass over the top, has a man again, this time dropped as Kester got there at the last second to help break that one up. It was intended for Grant Hegg, the senior running back, just couldn't haul in the over-the-shoulder catch, And now Burlington looking at a 3rd down and 5, but that was that big shot down the field we were expecting.
That was a whoo up here.
Yeah.
I was
He had a step.
Yeah.
I think the ball just a little bit underthrown, and it allowed Kester an opportunity to catch up to the play. That was scary. 4 wide in this set. Reiling back to pass, has a man, makes a man miss, and it can be enough for a 1st down. The clock will continue to run. Was it ever running there?
Well, it'll stop till they set the chains.
Be a 1st down for Burlington at their own 35-yard line as the clock now runs under a minute to play. 3 wide, 5 wide in this set, 3 to the near side, empty backfield. Little screen pass over the middle, caught by Grant Hegg, and he's brought down in the open field. Another good defensive play for the Trojans by Joel Jubber.
Yeah, that was
kind of been everywhere tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. Joel Jubber been all over the field, kind of a silent defender like I said earlier, but now shown up in the big time.
Made some noise on that play. He gets up a little bit slowly after the tackle, but that's all right. Burlington has to burn a timeout with 38 seconds left, and the Trojans have time to regroup and talk things over here.
Nobody behind you. If you're Hudson coaching up that defense, you're telling the corners, do not let anyone run past you. If he's talking to Ethan Brooks, play as far back as you can.
Yeah, everything in front of you. I'd drop Brooks back about 25 yards off the line of scrimmage.
I'd never played free safety. I don't know. I guess your job is to read the quarterback's eyes because they're going to send 4 people fairly deep. So
you read his eyes, but you don't necessarily get caught looking in the backfield. You've also got to keep peripheral vision on all of the receivers because you don't want anybody to ever get behind you.
Ever.
Davidson. Ethan Brooks at about the 48-yard line.
There's a hold.
There's a hold, no flag. Pass down the sidelines as he throws it away. Stops the clock with 35 seconds left. No flags on the play. There should have been.
That was another example of Juan Pizarro getting in the backfield. The Conquistador, as we determined earlier. That'd be a nickname for the rest of the year. Powers into the backfield. And they had to make a choice to hold. This time, not caught, and was the good choice.
Four wide in this set. Riling back in the gun. Quick hitter. Dropped on the outside, a little bit behind Trey Feynman. Had to pirouette around to try and catch that one and not able to haul it in. And there were a couple of Trojans there ready to put a shoulder in his rib cage if he had come up with that one. Stops the clock with 31 seconds left. 4th down and about 5 here, and Burlington going to punt it away. Kester back at his own 32 to receive. That kick is going to go over his head and take a Wildcat bounce, and it's going to be down at the 20-yard line. It could have let that one roll a little bit more, but Trojans will have it with 23 seconds left here, and you got to think this might be victory formation time. Just head to the locker room with this 21-6 lead. The Trojans will have the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, there's really no reason to get risky at all. I mean, you could, if you wanted to, go for the hail-fail pot, but no real reason to. Up 21-6 going into half.
Victory. And they will line up in the victory formation here and take a knee. They just need to do it once. And that's going to do it for the first half of action here in Girard. Trojans lead the Burlington Wildcats 21-6, and it's been a hard-fought affair here in the first half. Did somebody call a timeout?
No, I just don't think
they're just not going to let them walk off
anybody's
the
going to
field.
walk off the field till the other team does.
Well, the stare down is over, and we're on to halftime. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with the GN Bank halftime show. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209.
Whether you're suffering from the latest bug going around or have a chronic illness that needs regular monitoring by a physician, Girard Medical Center clinics offer quality care for your family close to home. 5 clinics are available throughout Crawford, Cherokee, and Bourbon counties, including Girard, Arma, Frontenac, Cherokee, and Uniontown. Our express care is also available Saturdays, Sundays, and most holidays for the unexpected illnesses that arise. Girard Medical Center clinics and express care, caring for our communities one patient at a time.
Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage, Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed. Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter is now owned by GHS alum Braden Peak and GMS teacher Heather Peak, and they are proud to support the Trojans. Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630. See their ad in names and numbers.
Welcome back out here to Frank Jameson Field. We're at halftime of tonight's matchup between the Trojans and the Burlington Wildcats. At the break, the Trojans lead at 21-6 as we see the Girard dance team out entertaining the crowd here at halftime. But right now, we have a very special guest up here in the booth. We got Leah Smith from Leah Smith Farmers Insurance. She's going to draw for the local hero. And Leah, I guess this is for a $100 gift certificate to Heroes Barbecue, right?
You're exactly right. Yeah.
And how did you guys go about gathering all these people? Nominated them from around the community. How many total nominations did you guys get?
So we started this campaign, and it actually started at the very beginning of the football season. And we just started letting people know that they can contact our office. We've had 9 different nominations during that time, and some of them are duplicates. And so I think that the group of individuals that we have listed here are awesome. They do so much for our community. And I think that it's going to be hard to be able to pick one. And so that's why we decided that we're just going to jump in, put them in a bag, and let luck draw it, because each one of those deserve the $100 gift card. And so we figured that's going to be the best way to be able to recognize somebody.
Now, we were all kind of sitting up here drawing straws as to who was actually going to draw the name out of the bag. Yeah. We had to find someone who's above reproach.
Yep.
Who's it going to be?
All right.
Oh, Daryl? All right. A man of personal integrity. All right. We have the winner. It is Alan Bullinghouse. Congratulations.
Yes.
You earned $100 worth of barbecue, and we're not responsible for the results of that.
That's right. Thank you guys for allowing us to be part of this. You do a great job, and excited to be able to do that.
All right. Well, thanks, Leah. We really appreciate it, and we appreciate your sponsorship of Girard Sports Live. And without local businesses like you, we couldn't bring this product to everybody every week, and so we really appreciate your support and everybody else in the community.
Thank you.
And congratulations to all our hometown hero nominees this year. And maybe we'll do it again during basketball season or something. Somebody else can get a $100 gift certificate to
maybe somebody will
Heroes
nominate old
Barbecue.
Murph here.
That's right, yeah.
I could eat $100 worth.
That's why we didn't let you draw. And the winner is Jess Murphy.
Right.
We saw that coming.
No,
Yeah.
Congratulations, Alan Boltonhouse.
Yeah. And we'll be just let us know when you're going to go up to Heroes, and we'll just show up.
Right.
And
barbecue on him.
Yeah, we'll be there to help you out. You know, everybody needs a wingman, especially when it comes to barbecue. So at the break, Trojans lead it 21-6 over the Burlington Wildcats. We'll step away for a quick break. We'll come back with more of the GN Bank halftime show. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
The place to be before or after the game is Heroes Barbecue. Come and experience Jim and Tammy Jarvis's family-friendly atmosphere, and of course, that mouth-watering barbecue. Heroes is the place for that great grill food you love, a kids menu, and daily specials, including those delicious ribs. Heroes is open for lunch and dinner Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, and in the evenings on Fridays and Saturdays. Of course, stop by all day on Sunday. Be sure to like Heroes Barbecue and Catering on Facebook. Stop by and see them at 820 South Summit in Girard, and see what all the fuss is about at Heroes Barbecue.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself, when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Call service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Calls carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Calls continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. Need to stay connected. You need Croccan.
Welcome back out here to Frank Jameson Field. It's halftime. Trojans leading the Burlington Wildcats 21-6. And Jess, you're crunching some numbers there, some offensive stats for both teams, and on paper, just looking at the yardage at the time of possession, we're in dead heat here.
Yeah, it's really weird sometimes how numbers work, but of course these are unofficial as unofficial gets. But
I used to tell my math teacher that all the time. Like, it's really funny how numbers work.
But I have Girard running 25 plays for 123 total yards of offense and possessing the ball about 11 and a half minutes. And Burlington has run 23 plays on 123 yards of offense and possessed the ball 12 and a half minutes. So that'll just, to me, that says how important that pick six that Jubber had was, how mainly important Girard's had a lot of short fields. The opening kickoff, I don't call it a muff kickoff. I don't know what you call it. A kickoff that no one wanted to recover.
A failure to field.
Right.
Yeah.
So Girard's had an advantage of some short fields and some short times of possession. And also Girard's defense that we alluded about, 2 different possessions there in the middle of the second quarter held Burlington's offense to a negative 18 yards. So numbers.
Yeah, interesting. Well, I'd be remiss if I didn't let you know that our halftime show is brought to you by GN Bank, where they've been providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to GN Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. Whew! Yeah, it was a wild and woolly first half. The first quarter, lots of points scored, lots of big plays. And then the second quarter, everything kind of settled down, but the Trojans able to get that key score with under 2 minutes left in the first half to go up 21-6. But before then, a very nip and tuck affair for the Trojans in the first half. You got to think both teams trying to make some adjustments in the locker room. If you're Burlington, what's your adjustment? I would think it's test them deep, go over the top.
Yeah, just keep. But
you got to catch it.
Right.
You know, that's the thing.
Because when it doesn't work, take their last possession. They start with a minute 52 on the clock on their 20-yard line. They hit a 25-yard pass, incomplete, a 35-yard pass. Then they hit a little 7-yard pass, incomplete, and have to punt. So that's the problem. If you don't connect on those passes, you don't run any time off the clock, and you don't move the football.
And that was definitely a problem for Burlington at the end of the half. And for the Trojans, I think you're the more physical team.
Show it.
You just got to keep showing it.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things we've seen it all year long, those 2, 3, 4-yard carries in the first half. If you stay at it and keep leaning on them, in the second half, those turn into 5, 10, 15, 20-yard carries.
Right, and one thing we haven't alluded to much today is numbers. Burlington's got pretty good numbers over there, but they're playing a lot of people both ways, where Trojans are still just running 3 or 4 kids both ways. Like you say, it's a heavyweight boxing match, but when you got to go 12 rounds, when you got to play all 4 quarters, I like Girard's chances.
Well, they certainly have the numbers on Burlington, but Burlington's got some big play potential, as we saw there in the first half, so we're going to have an interesting second half, I would say, moving forward here into Girard, and it gives us an opportunity to talk about some of the district matchups around the area. Here's that District 1 we talked about just to the south of here. Frontenac and Galena meeting tonight, and at the break we got a score update on that one. I believe Galena's in the lead.
Yeah, I have let me get back to it here.
I had them at 8-0.
Yeah, my source shows with 2 minutes to go in the first half, Galena's up 8-0.
And then so Parsons firmly in third place there in that district by record. They have the 5-2 record, but the same record in district as Columbus. So that could decide quite a bit, actually, between those two teams as well. And then, of course, you got Baxter at 0-4 in the district. And then, I'm sorry, Daryl. And in District 2, you see the Trojans and Burlington there. That kind of tells you what this game's all about. The average point differential, though, you see the Trojans outscoring their district opponents by an average of 21 points. And this one a bit closer than that, as you might suspect. But if the Trojans are able to come out with the win here tonight, they lock up first place in District 2. And the first 4 districts in Kansas are the ones that we'll see. Oh, what am I doing? In the playoffs here. That's why I should never be allowed to drive this thing. District 3, Wellsville in the driver's seat there as well. They're going to run away with that one. Bishop Ward, Baldwin, and then Santa Fe Trail looks like will be the top 4 teams out of that district moving forward into the playoffs. And then I thought I had one more somewhere in here. Yep, there's Wellsville. How about this one? Here we go. District 4, this is the other one that we'll have Holton and Topeka Hayden at the top of that one, and then pretty much everybody else in that division as well. But a lot of familiar names that we'll be hopefully seeing down the road in the playoffs this year. But first, Trojans got to take care of business here tonight against these Burlington Wildcats. We'll step away for our final break of the GN Bank halftime show. We'll be back with second half action. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
farmer's friend in the field is crop care. With their industry-leading crop scouting, crop care can catch diseases, bugs, and other yield-robbing issues before they affect your bottom line. Crop care also offers grid soil sampling and plant sampling with lab-tested results, giving you an unmatched advantage. With coverage across the entire region, Crop Care has insight that can help you avoid problems before they start. Give Kurt or Josh Harris a call at 620-687-4795. Crop Care, the name says it all.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
Mathis Drugstore Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drugstore, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athlete.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Welcome back to Frank Jameson Field, getting set for kickoff here of second half action between the Trojans and the Burlington Wildcats. Trojans lead it 21-6 at the break. Trojans will have the ball to start the second half. We won the coin toss and elected to defer before the game started. I want to let you know that our second half kickoffs brought to you by Larrett Ceramics, 503 West Maple in Girard. Stop by Larrett Ceramics for great gift ideas and supplies. Get creative when it comes to gift buying. You get your friends and family a beautiful ceramic piece or maybe even classes from Larrett Ceramics. Call 620-724-8442.
Well, we're going to start this second half with the fireworks of the first quarter, or are we going to just continue to grind as the second quarter?
We'll see.
I will say, throughout the year, Girard has outscored their second half opponents by a large margin. The first real test we saw was Galena. We went into halftime tied with Galena. A lot of people forget that. It was 20-20 going into half, and then we ended up winning 41-20. No scores in the second half by Galena. So, knock on wood, of course. You don't want to ever jinx anything. But the Trojans are always a very good second half team, and I expect to see them come out with the fireworks like we expect.
And that's the last time the Trojans gave up more than one score in a ball game.
Yeah, before the, 170-15 run they've been on.
And minus one big play, they've pretty much shut Burlington down here, too.
So Hazen set to kick it away. Kester and Davidson back to receive for the Trojans. One's coming near side. Going to be fielded by one of the up backs at about the 35. And there's your chance for glory, young man. Out to the 39-yard line and see who it is. Gets up off the pile there.
It was Juan.
Juan Pizarro.
That's a dream every lineman has.
First and 10 for Girard at their own 39-yard line. 11:55 to play, third quarter. Hurry up to the line. 7 seconds and counting on the play clock. And the handoff straight ahead to Kester, and he'll pick up about 3 yards there, and we're underway here in the second half.
You know, you said right before we went into half we need a long, sustained drive here. You said 9 minutes. I'm fine with anything over 5 minutes, something that shows that we can move down the field at a good pace, matriculate the ball down the field, as the great Hank Stram would have said.
Wonder if 65 toss power trap is one of the plays that Trojans run here. Nigaman's going to keep it himself, gets submarined, and they're going to give him the near side official, has him at first down yardage. And they're going to mark him just short. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 1. So we're going to go, I guess, with the far side official on this one.
It is always scary to see a guy that big get upended.
Well, when you're that tall, it's like you're just almost destined to get upended. And a handoff to Kester. He's got lots of running room off to that left side of the line, out across the 40, 35, cuts back inside across the 30, and finally brought down at about the 29-yard line. Gain of about 22 on the play for Alex Kester.
It looked like he didn't even get touched till about the 33-yard line. A hole opened up so wide you could have drove a semi-truck through it, and he just takes off to the races, runs and runs and runs, doesn't get touched, finally brought down at about the 29.
9 carries, 83 yards for Kester unofficially. Trojans have it 1st and 10. Just inside the 30-yard line, snap gets away from Nigaman. He's able to get on top of it. That's the second time Luke's had to cover a loose ball in the Trojan backfield. And the second time Girard's looking at a 2nd and long because of it. He's 2nd down at about 15 now for the Trojans at the 35. That one just a little high and outside.
Ball one.
Almost got Burlington in the neutral zone, but they're able to get back. And Nigaman's going to keep this. Quick pitch to the outside. Defended well that time by Adam Basari. Or I'm sorry, Sabian Man. Third time's a charm. Grant Hegg on the tackle there. Third and nary forever now for the Trojans, as they lost a couple yards on that play.
Just defended well off the snap.
Nigaman will keep it again this time. Tucks it up under. He has room to run in the middle. There's a penalty flag down. Cuts back against Grain, 10-5, stiff arming a man, and across the pylon, they're going to mark him out at the 1-yard line, but it looks like it could be coming back on the penalty against the Trojans. And it will be, and it's going to be 3rd down and very, 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 very long.
Chop block.
Chop block. Is the call.
Back in the day, we used to call that a block.
Yep.
But
3-stab. High-lowing.
Standard operating procedure.
Might not be a loss of much because it's
it's
15-yarder.
Yeah,
oh, is it?
Yeah. It'll be a loss of much.
Never mind. I lied. Thought
That'll
maybe.
back the Trojans up near midfield. They need to reach the 20-yard line for a first down. I don't know. Maybe just let Luke run with it again and maybe don't chop block this time and might be able to pick it up.
Have Aiden Damon run straight, throw it as far as you can.
And they hand it off up the middle. It's Kester this time, makes a man miss, gets inside, and brought down at about the 40-yard line. There is a Wildcat slow to get up on the play. can't quite see a number. I believe it's 13, and that would be Haig. And there's a timeout for an injury on the field. We'll take a timeout as well. Trojans lead at 21-6. Set to punt it away when we come back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
Welcome back out here to Frank Jameson Field as Carson Bangs was the player down, the junior linebacker, and he's fortunately able to walk off under his own power. See if he's able to make it back into the ballgame, but the Trojans nonetheless in a punting situation here at 4th and about 20. Kester with a pretty good run to get it to the Burlington 39. And now Luke Nigeman will line up in punt formation. See who's back to receive for Burlington. It's going to be Zane Hoback. Stands. And there's a flag on the play. It's going to be a delay of game against Trojans. This could be by design as they're trying to buy a little bit more room for Luke to punt. Certainly not worth burning a timeout over, as now the ball's at the 44. Nigeman stands at the Trojan 42. High snap. Luke's going to get it away. End over end, wobbling punt. Hoback fields it at the 15. Sheds a couple tackles and finally drugged down at about the 25-yard line. They'll give him the 26. And that's where Burlington will have it 1st and 10. Trojans leading 21-6 with 7.5 to play here in the third quarter.
Luke had all day to punt on that one. He let, I don't know.
The block was definitely not on there.
No. Had a lot of time to think about where he wanted to put that one. Good tackle by Scott Moore as well. Gets down the field. I honestly did not expect them to field it.
Now we'll see what adjustments Burlington's made offensively as they come 4 wide. Reiling in the quarterback spot. He'll hand it off. Nice cut back inside as the ball's loose. Nice hack at the ball from behind that time, and that was Ethan Davidson. Chopped that one loose, and the Trojans come away with the loose ball. And they'll have it back at the 48-yard line. Second turnover of the night for that Burlington offense, and the Trojan offense back in business.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jess.
Yeah, like you said, Ethan Davidson from behind with the little tomahawk chop and just punched that ball out of there. And then it bounced around a little bit. Great job for the Trojans.
And after it bounced around, Joel Jubber is able to fall on it.
The man on the spot tonight for the Trojans. Now they're going to run reverse back to the near side. Penalty flag down. This is Davidson, and he gets hit hard on the near side at about the 41-yard line. And it looks like it's going to come back from the neighborhood of where the flag was thrown. Yeah, it's a legal motion against the Trojans.
They called it on number 5, which is weird because that was Ethan, who was the guy in motion for the play. Not quite
They
sure.
might have had 2 guys moving at the same time. That's often what that call is. Like one guy won't be set before the other guy starts in motion.
A lot of timing.
Now it's 1st and 15 for the Trojans from their own 47-yard line. Handoff comes to Kester, makes one man miss, fights forward and driven out of bounds near midfield. He'll pick up about 4 yards on the play.
Good little run by Shireman there. Able to gain a few yards, get him close to back to where they started this drive. Penalties kind of hurting us right now. Chop blocks, offsides, illegal motions.
Yeah, been a lot of backward motion
Yeah.
by the Trojan offense here. Now they get the call in from the sideline. Handoff's going to go to Shireman again, straight up the gut. And he'll pick up about 8 yards. And call it 9 up to about the 41-yard line, and he'll set up a third down at about 3.
Real patient on that one. Waited for his hole to open, then darts through. Gets a pretty good gain, makes it third and manageable.
Big third down here for the Trojans. And Luke's going to keep it himself. Straight up the gut, runs a man over at the 32. And brought down at about the 30-yard line. Then there were some extracurriculars after the play as Nigeman was starting to get up. No flag. It'll set up a first down and 10 for the Trojans at the 30. We'll call it a gain of about, what do you call that, 8 on the play?
41 to 30, yeah.
How you like that, Jess?
Quick math.
First and 10 for the Trojans from the 30. Handoff goes to Shireman. Big hole to run through. Spins through a tackle and down to about the 15-yard line. A gain of 15 for Shireman. And Adam Shireman putting in some quality work here on this drive and kind of giving Alex Kester a bit of a breather as he handled most of the tailback duties for the Trojans in the first half. And the handoff again to Shireman right up the gut.
Wow.
And, man, they're letting a lot of stuff go after the whistle and might want to get that under control. As Justin Ferguson was kind of slung to the ground after that play. Appears to be just fine.
Little upset.
Just a little upset.
Yeah.
Like feelings were hurt, nothing else.
You know, I do recall last year this game getting chippy towards the end too, so you never want to see that going into the last game of that regular season.
Second and about 4 for the Trojans. They give it to Shireman again, delivers another stiff arm. He's across the 5-yard line, and it'll be first and goal for the Trojans from that spot, a gain of about 6 for Shireman.
And I was going to say this earlier, but I think it slipped my mind. Justin Ferguson, on one of those plays, looked to the sideline, and I think he's telling the coach, keep running it, because this offensive line is dominating the trenches right now, getting Adam Shireman, Alex Kester any room that they want to run.
As we tick down around 4:15 to play here in the third quarter, Trojans trying to get a little more breathing room against this
got a
Wildcat squad, and there is an injured player for Burlington over on the far side.
Official timeout.
Yep. I didn't catch the number. I still can't see it.
It looks like number 12, I think.
And that's a pretty big loss for Burlington if it is. That's Trey Feynman. And the Trojans punch it in. I get caught looking at a roster, and the Trojans score.
Luke Nigeman.
Just that QB power that they run, 11 on 11, and they used that trench power and scored.
5 carries, 61 yards, 2 touchdowns for Nigeman tonight. Trojans lead at 27-6. Pinned in the extra point here from Garrett Humble. Kick is up and good. Trojans up 28-6. And that's the kind of drive they needed here in the third quarter. We'll step away for a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage, Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed.
Well, Luke Nigeman punches it in on a 5-yard touchdown run to give the Trojans a 28-6 lead, and they have capitalized on both turnovers by Burlington tonight, a pick 6 by Joel Jubber, and then the Trojans with that scoring drive coming off the fumble. Jess, our drive summary.
Yeah, they went 7 plays, 48 yards, capped off, like you said, with a 5-yard touchdown run by quarterback Nigeman. Took him 3 minutes. Trojans lead 28-6.
Hubble set to kick this one away. This one's going to be returnable. And it's fielded by Hoback. And he's got some room to run out there on the outside and almost turned it up the sideline, but Aiden Damon able to force him out of bounds at about the 29. And that's where Burlington will have it, 1st and 10. 3:58 to play, third quarter.
Yeah, he had wide open ground. That kid can flat fly. He kind of bobbled a kick.
And he's shifty.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he'd caught that one cleanly, who knows?
Man, Burlington needs to get the ball in that kid's hands more often.
Well, next week.
Next week.
Well, full house backfield look here for Burlington. Who's going to get it? Well, Trojans aren't fooled that time. Stopped for no gain on the play. I believe it was Reiling on the keeper, I think.
It was a massive body.
Yeah,
it's
it was
hard
one
to
of those
see.
white jerseys back there. Maybe that was Cam Stedell.
Either way, not much doing.
Yeah, whoever it was, it's not helping their stats. I'm going to give it to Stedell. Rallying with the handoff back to Stedell again. Trojans cut him down after a gain of about 2, maybe 3 on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 7.
Nothing doing up the middle. Adam Shireman getting the quick break. It looks like Cordell Saran comes in to fill in for him. No step miss, though. Step for step, Cordell Saran working just as well as Adam Shireman does on that edge, able to come in and take over and give him a break.
And Anthony Pike in the game right now for the Trojans in the middle of that defense. Low snap, pressure on the quarterback, just has to throw it away. Reiling nowhere to go with that one as the Trojans brought the heat.
Not sure how that's not intentional grounding, but it's whatever.
Scrambling, might have been outside the pocket.
Sure, we'll say he was, whatever.
Sure.
Jaden Norris, who had last game's off the corner there, untouched to force the quarterback off his spot.
Now Ethan Brooks back to return this punt, standing at the Trojan 39. As Emmett Hazen set to kick it away for Burlington. His punts have been unpredictable. This one an end over end right at Brooks. Man, not a lot of hang time, and Ethan's got an opportunity here. It's cross midfield, 45, forced out of bounds at the Trojan 40-yard line. And good field position for Girard to start this drive, 1st and 10.
Is there no flags on
No flags.
That might be the first punt return of the year without a flag.
Woo. Small victories, guys. Small victories.
I think Alex Kessler might be a little mad. The one punt that he's not in
no
on.
doubt. You guys only blocking the back for me?
They're just so kind. They don't
just
want him
really
to get
want
hurt.
him. Yeah, really want him to break loose. 2.5 to play, third quarter. Trojans on top, 28-6. Trying to add to that lead right here. Too wide to the far side. Damon and Scales. And the handoff goes up the gut. And the ball's on the turf. And we'll see who comes up with this, as it was loose. Ooh. After the tackle. It looks like the Trojans still have it. Oof. Man dodged a bullet there. See Alex Kester dries hands off of the towel and then tossed that towel back to the coaches. Good enough for a Trojan first down, though. Give Kester about 10 yards on the carry.
And a good job by Justin Ferguson to get on that ball.
Heads up.
An interesting strategy to drop the ball to gain yards, but it worked there.
The old bounce pass.
Yeah.
And this time, Nigaman's going to keep it, using a block from Harris. Cuts it outside across the 20 and brought down out of bounds at about the, call it the 18-yard line. And Luke not happy with all the stuff that happened out of bounds, but officials not calling it. Stops the clock with 1:49 left to play, third quarter. Call it a gain of 12 for Nigaman. 6 carries, 73 yards, 2 touchdowns for Luke. And 1 throwing touchdown. That handoff to Kester looks like he was stopped, then he burst through. And now he looks like he's cramping up a little bit. And Trojan's able to help him up. He's going to head to the sidelines. Get that guy a drink of water.
Some pickle juice or some potassium, anything.
Some something.
Some nourishment.
Man's in need of something.
Anti-cramp medicine.
The anti-cramp medicine.
I'm just going to let that one pass right by me, Jess.
Muscle, leg.
Not going to address your medication suggestions. And Shireman with it. Scores from short. 5-yard touchdown run by Adam Shireman caps off the drive. The Trojans lead at 34-6.
Well, a good drive. Mostly Alex, a little bit of Luke, and then finished off by Adam Shireman.
Albalon to attempt the extra points. Trojans really starting to pull away here from Burlington. And that kick is blocked and no good. Trojans lead at 34-6. We'll step away for a quick break. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Just got a score update from the Frontenac-Galena game. And Galena leads it 14-7 in the third quarter. Trojans lead it 34-6 here in the third. This scoring drive was capped off by a 5-yard touchdown run by Adam Shireman. As Humble kicks it away, it's deep into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Jess, how about that drive summary?
Yeah, they took 1:15 off the clock to go 4 plays, 40 yards, 5-yard touchdown run by Shireman. Burlington did block the extra point, but Trojans still lead 34-6.
Be interesting to see if the Trojans can hang another score here on Burlington if we go to the running clock, or if they're just going to keep it straight up. Rallying back to pass, has a man, throws it behind. Nice one-handed catch, twisting around. Man, Grant Hegg made a heck of a catch out there on that far sideline. The ball thrown behind him, reached out with one hand and hauled it in. But there are flags on the play, and we'll see. Looks like it could be holding from where the flag was thrown.
Illegal man downfield.
Woof, these guys, they know all the rules.
Interesting enough. Works in favor of Girard, so I don't much mind.
These guys Masons because they're like the all-seeing eye, you know.
You don't see many of those called in high school football.
Not too many, no. You've seen it a lot this season in the NFL, though, so maybe these guys just been watching football and they're like, hey, we could call that. Another good run. Oh, breaking loose. Oh, maybe a possible face mask there, but good run that time by Cam Stidell. This guy runs angry. And Trojans finally able to bring him down short of the first down at about the 27-yard line. Will bring up a second down and a long 3. Call it a gain of 8 that time for Stidell.
Like a pinball machine out there. He's just bouncing everywhere.
8 carries, 42 yards unofficially for Stidell. And you got a 3 wide out here to the near side, only 2 defenders, but the Trojans able to get on top of it. Nice play out there by Caleb Scales. Really fought through the block and then able to make that open field tackle.
Yeah, that was one of those plays. You said it right before, a 2-on-3 mismatch here on the other side.
It's been there all night.
Caleb fights through the 2, gets to the receiver, and hangs on for dear life to his leg, doesn't let him go anywhere. That was an amazing play by Caleb Scales.
And it had to be, because if he didn't make that play,
a lot of green.
Yeah. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Trojans lead at 34-6. We'll step away for a quick break. We'll be back with fourth quarter action. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Family-owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Well, that one got underway quickly. The Wildcats went with a run to Cam Stidell, picked up a couple yards, but now they're looking at a 4th down and about 3 here from their own 28-yard line. There's some movement along the line, not called. And Reiling looks over to the sideline. He lines up in the pistol here. Gets the play. Put a man into motion near side. Here's a snap. Reiling rolling near side. Pass is incomplete. Oh, no, they're going to call it a catch on the near side as that one's hauled in by Brody Anderson. Nice play there by the sophomore running back. And that's enough for a first down for Burlington. Trojan sideline wanted the incompletion.
Yeah, from what I caught on the camera, it did kind of look like Aiden Damon was able to bobble it free, but not going to call it.
Didn't look like he had full control of it when he went out of bounds, but no replay in high school.
Take it to New York.
Yep. Reiling with the play action, back to pass, being pressured, throws it short, but his receiver able to adjust and get back to the ball. Nice play by Trey Feynman. And it's another first down for Burlington, and they're in business offensively into Trojan territory at the 49.
Yeah, another good play by Burlington's quarterback. Pressure all over him, just throws it up for grabs, and Burlington receiver comes back and secures the catch.
That run not going anywhere. Stidell caught in the backfield by that Trojan defense.
Yeah. Caleb Combs comes up, sticks him there right in the hole.
They're going to give him forward progress back up to the line of scrimmage. So just call it no gain on the play. Second down and 10, 4 wide, in this set. Stidell alone back in the backfield with Reiling. Trojans show some pressure. Quick throw to the outside is low, but the catch made out there and still on his feet and rolling. And across the 20, 15, and finally forced out of bounds inside the red zone at about the 18-yard line. And again, that was Brody Anderson, the sophomore running back. And they just kind of created some motion. The Trojans defensively didn't get their assignment straightened out in time. And Burlington able to create some numbers there on the outside.
Yeah, and I don't know if you can block as a wide receiver 15 yards downfield before the ball's thrown, but Burlington's doing a good job of it.
Now the Trojans going to call a timeout, try and get organized defensively. They have 2 left.
Did you just hear that score?
I did not.
Columbus 20, Parsons 6.
Oof. We could be playing Parsons next week by the looks of it if Columbus able to pull out a win there, and it would be an upset, don't get me wrong. Columbus just 2-5 this year. Parsons 5-2, but man, they've been on a slide here recently. That would mean they would have dropped their last 3 ball games.
Yeah, they started 5-0, and we sat up here and talked about maybe how scary they could be, but there again,
might find out next week, but sounds like they're thinking about basketball season.
Or maybe thinking about facing the Trojans first round.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not tanking.
Trying to tank.
Let's tank so we can play Girard.
Get the first round draft pick.
I don't know. Rallying in the shotgun. Back to pass. Little screen set up on the outside. Has a man. It's Stidell. Hit from behind and brought down at about the 10-yard line. It'll pick up about 4 yards on the play.
That was a good job by Juan Pizarro there. It's that classic D-line thing when you realize it's a screen. You start running up the field and you're like, man, I got by pretty easy on this play. It's like, oh, no. Turned around quick.
Too
He's able
easy.
to get back. Yeah, able to get back quick enough to make the play because he is fast. We have one of the fastest D-lines in this area. So he's able to make that play. But, yeah, that deer in the headlights look at the quarterback as to, like, why am I back here so quick?
3 wide to the far side. They tried a quick handoff up the gut. Not much going there. And that was Cody Long on the carry. Jaden Norris on the tackle. And it brings up 3rd and 6 now for Burlington at the Trojan 9-yard line.
Yeah, they tried to fake him out there, but he was not able to wrangle Cody Long up.
They need a 4-yard line for a first down. Reiling looks one way, throws over the middle, too high for his intended receiver. And that was intended for Trey Feynman. He would have needed to be about 7 foot tall to catch that one.
Have a pretty good vert, too.
Yep.
Brings up a testy 4th and 6. Probably one of the plays of the drive.
The play.
I mean, you need this to stay in the...
Yeah, you got to think quick slant, wide receiver screen, something here. They're going to do something that develops quickly, I would think.
Screenplay.
Put a man in motion. They're going far side, and they have it. Quick slant. There it is. And a touchdown for Brody Webb, junior wide receiver. And that'll trim the lead, 34-12.
You do hope that it's too little too late, but you can never count out your opponent.
Nine-yard touchdown pass that time from Reiling, and they're going to go for 2 here, of course. Try and make it a 20-point game. Put a man in motion again. This time, Reiling rolling, near side, throwing, and it's picked off by the Trojans. No good. And unfortunately, in high school, you can't return that. Jake Towner picks it off. And Trojans stop the 2-point conversion. They lead at 34-12. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Welcome back out here to Frank Jameson Field. Burlington trying to answer back as they drive down with a scoring drive and a 9-yard touchdown pass.
All right, watch
from
out.
Hunter Reiling to Brody Webb.
Watch out for some trickery here. They've kicked from the hash every time, but this one
is in the middle of the field.
Oh, no.
Beware the trickeration. And it is a short kick. The Trojans have it.
Should have been called
hands
dead.
there
Yeah, it is.
on the front.
Scott Moore.
There's a flag because they kicked it right at their player and it ricocheted off their player. You can't touch the ball until it goes 10 yards. So, yeah.
Illegal touching.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll call it that.
I don't know, guys. I would think that.
Decline it.
Oh, yeah. Decline it, take the possession, start at your, 43-yard line?
Yeah, you certainly don't want them re-kicking it.
No. You don't want to give them another chance at it.
No. Are they just going to
move the flag?
Walk this off here? What?
That's where the penalty happened.
I'm hoping it's not one of those things that has to be automatically enforced. Hopefully that's declined.
Offsides. Penalties
What?
declined. Yeah,
There it is.
the coverage were in front of the kicker when he kicked the ball. He kind of did some weird sidestep.
Right, we get the ball at the spot of the foul.
Oh, well, how about that? Wouldn't that be at the 40 then?
No, they kicked it from the 40, and
If he's offside on the kick, and
well,
it's the spot of
they declined that penalty, and then the illegal touching penalty, they said get the ball at the spot of the foul, but now they're discussing that.
Either spot of the
It
foul,
appears
or they might move
Russia
it.
has vetoed the resolution.
Parsons' coaches over there said it's time to talk to me, or
That's-
Burlington's.
Oh, it's hotly contested here.
If it was volleyball, the ref would give 2 thumbs up, and we'd just do it again.
But it's not.
Yeah, volleyball. Girls go to Frontenac tomorrow, play sub-state.
Yep, starts at 3. Every Girard student, if you're listening right now, you get in free. So you have no choice but to go.
No excuse not to.
Exactly.
Lone wide receiver is Scales. Handoff goes straight ahead. And I believe that was Shireman. There's a flag down on the play as Shireman went down almost immediately. No gain. And there's another chop block against the Trojans.
Good grief.
I think we should stop doing that.
Sometimes I don't think you're doing it on purpose.
That is very wise words. Very, very
Incidental
wise words.
chop block.
Right.
Well, see, they have a technique called a scoop. It's where they get underneath their guy but are able to get their backs turned to him so that they rub him and stop his momentum, but they're also able to get up to the linebackers. And a lot of the times, because you have to get low in order to do it, in order to turn your back, it does turn into a chop block, especially if you're good at selling it on that defensive line, because a big guy like Drake Constant, if he gets scooped, he's going to fall right on that guy, and they're going to call a chop on him. So there's a lot of technique that goes into it, and obviously, if you're not
Still
precise.
walking backwards here. Is that a
15 yards, like we said earlier?
Yeah. Ouch.
I
Well,
believe.
Trojans first and...
That was a 16-yard.
Yeah, strange. First in Arma. For sure. All right. 8:15 to play in the ball game. Clock winds. High snap, Nigaman handles it. Ahead to to Shireman. And he's up to about the 44-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on the play.
Usually pretty happy with a gain of 4, but not when you're...
Not when you need 20.
Yeah.
25 or however much they needed.
Still need 21 here.
You wonder if they're going to run it and just try and drain some clock.
Nigaman back to pass. Has a man over the top. The throw's there. The catch is made. It's Scales. Touchdown, Trojans. There's a big play over the top for the Girard offense. And it puts this one pretty much to bed here with 7:19 left to play in the fourth quarter.
And you could not ask for a more confidence-boosting play going into playoffs. The passing game was not been connecting very well this game. And that is just perfect for Luke, for Caleb, for all these receivers going into the playoffs to have that confidence of, yes, we can still throw the ball. We can still be an air-threatening team.
56-yard touchdown pass from Nigaman to Scales. Gives the Trojans a 40-12 lead, pending the extra point here from Garrett Humble. Kick is up. And it's good. Trojans lead at 41-12. We'll step away for a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Girard Medical Center is one of the area's best places to work. Are you a nurse? Does caring for patients on a more personal level sound appealing to you? Then you'll love our lower nurse-to-patient ratio. We also have positions open in other departments. Benefits include state employee health plan, 457 retirement plan with match, life insurance, paid time off, plus employee and family discounts on services. Best of all, your coworkers are like family. For more information, contact Greg Sullivan, Director of HR, or apply online at girardmedicalcenter.com.
Again, numbers are funny. Welcome back out to Frank Jameson Field. Trojans lead at 41-12, and Jess, we were just talking it over. Is that a 45-yard scoring drive, or we count the penalty yards, and that's a 56-yard scoring drive?
Right, the furthest Trojans were, they
60-yard, I think.
Back all the way to their 40-yard line, so you had to be a 60-yard drive, capped off the 56-yard touchdown from Nigaman to Caleb Scales. Extra point was good to give the Trojans a 41-12 lead.
Might as well count it, give them the extra stats.
Oh, yeah. They were just adding to the degree of difficulty for the French judge. Low knuckling kick is fielded on a hop by Stidell. Now he's going to break it to the far side of the field. Kind of shakes Jubber out there and cuts upfield to about the 36 before he's brought down by several Trojans. And that's where Burlington will have it first down and 10. 7:10 to play in the ball game. Trojans on top 41-12.
Even though he made a move on Jubber, that was a smart play by Jubber to keep that outside contained.
Cut him back to the inside. The help was able to get there. So Joel did his job.
And he did it so well. Good job, Joel.
He's been just about everywhere defensively tonight for the Trojans. Now they're going to run play action. A little dump over the top. Back able to get it, but Christian Taylor there to make the tackle. And now Taylor's slow to get up.
He did kind of fall kind of awkwardly on that knee of his. He's been having some knee trouble lately, so I hope everything's okay and he's able to get up on his own power.
Yeah, sometimes it's just, you just tweak it just right and it lights you up. As a guy who's
must have been a penalty.
Twisted or sprained about every joint in my body.
Everybody's walking backwards.
We were talking about high ankle sprains. I got a high ankle sprain my sophomore year of college. I'm still recovering.
That was 1970 what?
Yeah.
I should say that.
Jubler on the field being attended to by Taylor on the field being attended to by the Trojan training squad and coaches. We'll step away for a quick break here, and we'll be back here watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Well, Christian Taylor able to get up and get off the field under his own power, so that's a good sign for that young man. And meanwhile, there's a penalty somewhere on the play for something or another.
Illegal man downfield.
Yeah, second time tonight. Don't see it for 5 years, twice in the same game. This one, a quick pass to the outside. Oh, almost picked off. Trojan defender there to break it up. And that was a great play there on the outside by Scott Moore. Got him playing some linebacker maybe out there. He's starting tight end for the Trojans offensively.
It's that spur position that we always joke about. Filling in for Kester right now, giving him a little break on the defensive side.
Now Trojans going to match up out there on the outside. I'm like, who's got the outside receiver? Aiden Damon out there. 4 in this set, 4 wide for Burlington. Trojans show some pressure, and that one not going anywhere. The handoff straight ahead to Stidell. Nothing going there, and it'll bring up 3rd down and long as Pizarro in there to make the play for the Trojans.
Yeah, it looked like also Hunter Hickman was in there as well, a senior that we don't talk about much, but he's played some good minutes for the Trojans, able to fill in for the players when needed. He came up big in that Iola game, filling in for Norris when he had to go out for a little bit.
Riling in the shotgun now. Stidell in the backfield with him. 4 wide in this set for Burlington. And Riling back to pass. Things this one over the top. Oh, almost picked off. Oh, Trojan defender had a real shot at that one. That was Towner. Had it hit him right in the hands. And the worst place it can hit you, Jess. Right in the hands.
Sometimes that's a bad. I'm sure that looked like a beach ball floating at him.
Well, it was a wounded duck too, so that kind of makes it a little bit hard to corral.
But it gives Alex Kester a chance to return the punt. So.
Threw it on the move, but it didn't look like he was entirely sure he wanted to throw it, but he did. And now Kester back to receive the punt at the Trojan 40-yard line. A different punter, and this time that was Zane Hoback. Kicked that one. Kester has it at the 20. And makes a man miss, makes another man miss, finally brought down on the open field by Stidell. And Trojans will have it there, 1st and 10, no flags.
I will be honest, though,
Maybe.
it did look like there was someone
Nope, there's a flag. Block in the back.
Never mind. I thought I saw someone get blocked in the back on that Burlington side. So.
Kotzman thought he should have got a face mask or an illegal hands to the face, but no such luck for him.
He'll mosey down to the offensive huddle. Well, at this point in the district championship, looks like the Trojans are running away. Hopefully going to get district championship for 2 years in a row. Bring in Towner and the reserves.
Be a second undefeated season and regular season in a row for the Trojans.
And hopefully many more games to come.
Now the official
hustling. Look at him go.
That's a
track that 40 time.
He has a distinctive gait. And not much going there as Towner looked like the back went the wrong way. He wanted to do something with it, but it just wasn't there, and he had to eat it for a loss as the backs the Trojans up to the 25-yard line. There's a lot of reserves in the game right now for Girard.
Weirdly enough, looks like Alex is still out there too.
Clock running now, under 5:15 to play. Interesting personnel grouping here for the Trojans is Towner in there, but all the other starters. Jake's going to keep it himself, cuts it straight ahead across the 30. It'll be a pickup of about 4 there, and it'll bring up 3rd down and a long 7.
It does make sense, though, because normally we would see Ethan Brooks in this backup running back spot for Alex, but Ethan Brooks, this is his first game back with those shoulder problems, so maybe they're trying to keep him safe before playoffs happen.
Harris goes in motion. Now he'll settle back in. Trojans being very deliberate here as we tick down to 4:15. High snap. Towner has it, and then blow the whistle. Nothing but white jerseys in his face after he fielded that high snap. Not a great looking possession for the Trojans, but it did run some time off the clock, and that was the object of it. Now they're set to punt this one away. Nigaman comes in for the punting duties. You got Stidell and Zane Hoback back to receive for Burlington as the Trojans run a man on late. That's Bryce Reese. Good snap. High spiraling punt from Nigaman coming near side, and will bounce down the sideline and out of bounds at, they'll call it the 36. That's where Burlington will have it. 3:25, clock stopped.
I don't think we're ahead by enough to have a running clock yet.
No, sir.
Unfortunate. Thought we were going to have a quick night.
Well, when somebody comes in running the spread, you're never going to have a quick night. It just doesn't happen. At least that both teams aren't running the spread, or we'd be here till 2 o'clock in the morning. Rallying with it. Handoff goes to Hoback, gets around the end against the Trojan reserves, forced out of bounds by Mason Gilmore, 5'9", sophomore safety. Yeah, Trojans have definitely sacrificed some size in there on the inside of that defense.
Not too much. Benzo's in there.
Not to take too much away from these guys, but definitely got smaller. Riling in the gun. Hands this one off to Cody Long, senior tailback. He pushes forward to about the 39-yard line. This is the point in the game where I just quit keeping stats, guys.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it anymore. You're not going to be begging me for the rushing total for the third-string tailback for Burlington, are you, Jess?
I might.
Well, I'm just
curious to know.
Just get used to disappointment then. Another handoff straight ahead to Long. He's going to be close to the first down, just a little short, and bring up third down and short at about the 36-yard line. As we tick under 2.5 to play in the ball game. Trojans comfortably in the driver's seat of this one. They're going to take home their second district championship in the last 2 years under Coach Philpott. We knew the Trojans were going to be pretty good coming into this year. They returned so many players. And it's certainly been the case thus far. I think they're going to hold here on third down. Stidell with nowhere to run. And that undersized defense for the Trojans comes through there. They're not undersized up front. Linebacking cores.
Yeah, that was Robert Larson, sophomore linebacker, making a great play there to force a fourth down.
Burlington going to have to come up with a play here, and they again got a funky personnel grouping out there. to go Wildcats, snap it directly to the back, and that was Chance Hegg, sophomore running back, and it looks like he got enough for the first down across the 35 to the 34. Not much more, but enough. And the clock they'll wind it again as soon as they set the chains. We're under a minute and a half to play. Snap to Reiling, another handoff as they try to get outside. Fighting forward for extra yards is Cody Long. Lowers the shoulder, and he'll have enough for a first down at the Trojan 22-yard line. Under a minute now to play. As the clock is the 12th man out there for the Trojans right now. The clock and the scoreboard, that is. Handoff trying to get around the end, fighting through one tackle. That's Zane Hoback, and he got into the end zone for the touchdown. And this thing's going to look closer on paper than it was in reality. As Trojans lead at 41-18 as Burlington able to punch one in what I affectionately refer to as garbage time at the end of the game. 35 seconds left on the clock, and they're going to go for two here. Trojans came up with an interception on the last two-point attempt by Burlington. And flag early, it's going to be a false start. Oh, no. What was that call, Jess?
I wasn't watching. I was keeping stats. Delay a game.
Oh.
Yeah, I just tilted my head down. I'm tired. Don't
Yeah.
want to see the penalties anymore. I just want to see that clock run
I
down.
just got caught staring at my foot. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to subtract 330 minus 30, and I was struggling with that.
Hey, that's 300. I know that.
Right.
Yeah.
The brain power is at an all-time low here tonight.
I come up with 3 minutes is what I come up with. So.
Oh, that pass dropped on the outside. I don't think he'd have got in anyway. Zane Hoback, it was kind of thrown behind him and low, and he wasn't able to come up with the catch. And Trojans lead at 41-18. 35 seconds left to play. We'll step away for a quick break. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Well, it's all over but the crying pretty much here in Girard. Trojans lead at 41-18, 35 seconds left to play.
They have the hands team on the field.
More trickery.
No.
It's just an opportunity to work that onside kick.
Yeah, don't go offsides.
Yeah, not successful last time. Trojans going to take a timeout this time.
Why?
I don't think they was ready for the onside kick. Just
okay.
Well, you know what the heck. Let's take a timeout as well. Trojans lead it by a lot. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard, surrounding area, and proud to support Girard Trojans.
Now here comes the much anticipated onside kick. Nope, it's a little short drooper in the middle of the field. And Aiden Damon's going to field it. Gets around the corner. 40. Makes a man miss. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. And there's the nail in the coffin for the Burlington Wildcats. Trojans stick a fork in it. They lead at 47-18. There's a flag down on the field, though, because we can't get a kick return without a block in the back. And that's going to bring it all the way back. Sorry, Aiden. Heck of a run, bud. They're like every time the Trojans get called for a block in the back. And I don't know if, like, the officials think it means something different than what we think it means, or if we have, like, it's just a matter of interpretation. Like, is there a language barrier? Cultural differences? What's the deal?
There's got to be something, man. You would think with how we do it every time.
I mean, are we playing by the Queensberry rules, or is this just well, it backs the Trojans up about the 21-yard line, and really all they need to do is take a knee.
Victory formation.
And that's going to do it. Trojans win it 41-18 over the Burlington Wildcats. They are the champions of Kansas Class 3A District 2. And depending upon how that Parsons-Columbus game shakes out, it'll be one of those two coming up next week in the playoffs.
I did just see that Galena beat Frontenac 14-13 as the final score.
Oh, my goodness. That district is crazy. But this one's in the books. Trojans come out on top. We'll step away for a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance post-game show. You've been watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Walnut, Hepler, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net. or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Chicken Annie's of Girard is something to crow about. Their family-style restaurant continues a Southeast Kansas tradition with their specialty, fried chicken, plus famous homemade onion rings and a variety of other dishes that would satisfy any cravings, even homemade pie. Besides dine-in and carry-out, Chicken Annie's of Girard also does catering in the area. Stop in on Highway 47 in Girard for a hearty meal, and follow Chicken Annie's of Girard on Facebook for specials.
Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. You need to stay connected. You need Croccan.
Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Girard Medical Center is one of the area's best places to work. Are you a nurse? Does caring for patients on a more personal level sound appealing to you? Then you'll love our lower nurse-to-patient ratio. We also have positions open in other departments. Benefits include state employee health plan, 457 retirement plan with match, life insurance, paid time off, plus employee and family discounts on services. Best of all, your coworkers are like family. For more information, contact Greg Sullivan, Director of HR, or apply online at girardmedicalcenter.com.
Woo! Welcome back out here to Frank Jameson Field. Trojans win this one going away 41-18.
And it wasn't that close.
No, it wasn't. You take away a couple of blocking the back penalties, and this thing probably be well out of hand. Pretty much out of hand as it is, but a wild and woolly first half. Trojans recovered a kick that nobody seemed to want to field, and then they scored on their first drive. Then Burlington comes back in one play, 80 yards. And then the Trojans come back, offense stalls out, punted away, and then the pick six by Joel Jubber really kind of turned the game on its head, and the Trojans never looked back from there.
Yeah, that flow of momentum. And then they second half they recover a fumble and then march right down and score. And it's the score. I maybe not felt real comfortable through that whole first half, but going back and looking over the drive stats and kind of glancing over at some of your stats, Trojans pretty much had this in hand from the start.
And Luke Nigaman responsible for 4 touchdowns tonight, 2 on the ground, 2 through the air. And Trojan defense really, after that big play, really bowed up and locked down on Burlington for the better part of the game, and really Wildcats not able to do anything until late in the second half when we started getting a lot of reserves into the ball game.
Right.
And so you take your hat off tonight to these Trojans. They played a good game on both sides of the ball, and I guess we kind of got to start talking about player of the game here, Jess. You know, he seemed to be, I would give it to Joel Jubber tonight on the defensive side of the ball. He seemed to be everywhere. Wherever the play was happening, he was there. Came up with a big pick six, made some clutch tackles, also did some good work in coverage in the kicking game. So I think, you know, of course, it's hard not to give it to a guy who is responsible for 4 touchdowns.
So there's also Luke. And
yeah. But I think really a guy who played outside of himself tonight was Joel Jubber. He had a great game. So our player of the game is brought to you by Evans Motors, the best players in the car business, or Nate and Eddie at Evans Motors. Let them find the car, truck, van, or SUV if it's right for you and your family. Visit them at the intersections of Highways 69 and 400 south of Pittsburgh. See their online showroom at evansmotors.net. Right now, we're joined by head coach Neil Philpott of the Girard Trojans. And Coach, get the headset on you here. Congratulations, first off, on the win. A solid win tonight and a pretty wild and woolly first half, but then your guys seemed to settle in and kind of take control of this game.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those games that didn't have a lot of flow to it. We put ourselves in some third and longs and kind of costly plays on some stuff, just missing communicating on offense, and that gets us out of our rhythm a little bit. They did a nice job on some stuff on defense to kind of create some problems for us, but I felt like we didn't adjust well enough, quick enough, and then we kind of went into halftime and got things communicated a little bit better and kind of had a better plan coming out second half. But defensively, I thought our kids played hard on an offense that can create some problems, put you in space and create some conflict between your players, and I thought our kids did a really nice job tonight.
Yeah, you kind of see why they switched their offensive philosophy there at Burlington, because they had so many speed guys, just skill position players that I don't think you get them involved if you're running the single wing, and they really tested your guys, spreading them out tonight and doing a lot of motion before the snap. And
I asked their coach afterwards, and I asked what was kind of the kicker that you guys changed things up, and he said just we had a lot of speed with a lot of kids, and we were not as big as we've normally been, and we kind of joked around and predicted it last spring, Coach Hudd and I, when we saw them at track meets, because they had some speed. And so they did a nice job with it, and when you play a team week 8, they've got the whole season to get better at it and kind of get some continuity with it, and they did a nice job. They had a nice scheme.
Well, 2 district championships 2 years in a row. You guys are once again undefeated through the regular season, and it's got to feel pretty good, right?
Yeah, feels good. Now it's winner go home, but so same thing we talk about each week, being 1-0. Now it kind of comes into fruition a little bit more where that's got to happen.
Well, you're looking at possibly playing either Columbus or Parsons, depending upon who loses that ball game tonight. But between those two teams, you've already seen Columbus once this season, and Parsons, a team that usually is going to be pretty physically gifted at a lot of different positions. So what are you thinking about from those teams next week?
We'll find out who we absolutely have, who we're playing. I don't know just yet, but either one's going to be a tough matchup. They go back and look at Columbus. That was early in the year, but we struggled with them a little bit to find our groove. So if that's who we played, and then we'll have to adjust from there. And then Parsons, they've got they've been scoring some points, and we'll have to see what they're doing on offense. I haven't seen a whole lot of what they're doing on offense, but early in the year they were getting after it. So I don't know if they've had injuries. I know Galena and Frontenac have beaten them, and those are 2 quality teams. So they're both close games, I believe. So let's go see them on film and see what we're going to do.
And how are you guys doing health-wise coming out of this game? I know by this point in the season everybody's kind of dinged up, but I know you guys were battling through some injuries.
Yeah, we've got some bumps and bruises, and we've got some kids fighting to play and trying to get back healthy as they can. And we'll kind of see where we're at exactly on that and get down in the locker room. And so hopefully we can get those bumps and bruises. We can get them patched up pretty quick and get them out on the field.
All right, Coach. We'll cut you loose, get you off the hot seat here, and congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you.
Good luck next week. Wait and see who the Trojans will face next week. It'll either be Columbus or Parsons, whoever loses that ball game tonight, and it was kind of a nip and tuck affair. But when we get that result, we'll let you know. But either way, we'll have that game for you here on Girard Sports Live. The Trojans will host that game here at Frank Jameson Field, thank goodness. And I look forward to either opponent next week. Columbus really gave the Trojans one of the toughest games of the year this year, but it was week 1. 20-15 win by the Trojans down in Columbus. But, you get them up here on this speedy turf, and it might be a very different affair, Jess.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. I still can't explain that first game. I don't know if it was jitters. I know first week we talk about the difference between Missouri, Oklahoma kids. They get about a month longer to prepare than we do. But 7-on-7, whatever the Girard boys, I just think, like Coach said, Columbus might just be a tough matchup. So, but I'll be looking forward to whoever comes to town next week.
Hey, our post-game coach interviews brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust, a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online and mybankcnb.com. Well, we'll step away for a quick break. Coach was up here fast.
Fast.
That happened fast.
Yeah, he's ready to go home.
Yeah, no doubt. He's my spirit animal. Well, we're going to step away for a quick break. We'll be back with more of the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance postgame show. Trojans come out on top tonight, 41-18 over Burlington. Headed to the playoffs, and they'll play the loser of the Parsons-Columbus game. We might even have that information for you here before we wrap this one from Frank Jameson Field in Girard. You've been watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
For years, James Brumback and Brumback Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown, so be sure to stop by Brumback's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumback's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770. Good luck, Trojans, from Brumback Service Center.
Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season. Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Again, we should have our During the Breaks podcast where we break down historical anecdotes of Parsons High School football. But we're waiting to find out the result of that Parsons-Columbus game tonight, because it'll determine who the Trojans play in the first round of the playoffs. It'll be the loser of that game. So whoever that'd be the fourth seed out of District 1. That's who the Trojans are going to face there in the first round. We do want to let you know that our post-game show is brought to you by Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance. Leah has over 10 years of industry experience in both Kansas and Missouri. Let Leah and her staff find the right coverage for your personal or business needs. To learn more, call 620-670-4590. Proudly serving our community and cheering on the Trojans. And tonight, Leah was here in the booth with us, handing out a $100 gift certificate to Heroes Barbecue, and that'll buy a big heap of barbecue.
Right. Congratulations, Alan Bolton House, nominated and receiving the Hometown Hero Award.
Enjoy the smoked meats.
He's a retired ag teacher.
Yeah.
Yep. Here
Great
at
guy.
Girard High School. I've known Alan, most of my life, I'll just tell you.
Well, hopefully he doesn't get the indigestion or the heartburn from eating too much barbecue. So just be careful with that. Enjoy it, but enjoy it responsibly. All right, well, the Trojans come out on top 41-18 tonight. Again, Luke Nigaman, quarterback for the Trojans, responsible for 4 touchdowns, 2 on the ground, 2 through the air. Adam Shireman added a touchdown. And then, of course, the big defensive play by Joel Jubber, the pick 6 there in the first half. Really kind of turned the game momentum-wise towards the Trojans, and they never looked back. And Burlington, man, they showed some stuff there in that first quarter and Coach was right. They had a lot of speed, and you could tell why they switched offensive philosophies. I always harp on the fact that teams run the spread when they don't have the personnel for it. Burlington has the personnel for it.
Right, and that Burlington quarterback we talked about, he put some balls in their hands too.
Yeah, and you know, there were some drop passes there that,
and a few good passes. He made some one hand. I mean, Burlington played a really good ball game, I believe.
the Trojans just too much for them.
I think the Trojans are just too much.
And we're waiting to see again who the Trojans will face next week, whether it's Galena or Columbus. The loser of that ball game will try and figure that out before we go off the air tonight. But we do have to get in one more break here in the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance postgame show. We'll do that now. We come back. We'll chew the fat a little bit more and maybe find out who won that game and have an idea who the Trojans will play next week. But if not, I'm comfortable just playing it by ear, going with the flow, living in doubt.
We'll see which bus pulls up Friday night.
That's right. Well, that's usually how I do my game prep. I'm like, we're playing. I think it says Galena.
Game
playing
prep.
red.
Yeah, game prep.
Game prep. What?
Yeah, I'll introduce you this interesting concept during the break here, Jess. Yeah. All right, you've been watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time that the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It can't be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and digital sign sales, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You, Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard, the surrounding area, and proud to support Girard Trojans.
Celebrate, recognize, build. That's the promise of Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Owners Greg and Missy Scott are committed to helping their customers celebrate special moments, recognize achievements, and build relationships. With a huge selection of Trojan gear, plaques and awards, custom leather patch hats, trophies, and so much more. Plus, while you're there, stop in next door to find the latest fashions from Aubrey at Scott & Company. Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Learn more at wilbertawards.com or call 620-724-0341.
Welcome back to Frank Jameson Field. You can see it there at the bottom of your screen. Trojans come out on top tonight, 41-18 over the Burlington Wildcats. Trojans finish undefeated on the regular season and through district play. They're the District 2 champs in Class 3A. And Burlington, their first loss in districts. Burlington falls to 5-3 on the season. And Trojans will face the loser of Parsons and Columbus. They're playing right now, trying to figure out who's winning that game, so we'll know who we play next week. But the Trojans improved to 8-0 on the season. And this is the same point they were last year, and historically a good 2-year run here for the Trojans. I'm thinking just, can't think of too many years they've strung together undefeated regular seasons back to back.
Yeah, not back to back. I mean, we've had a handful of really good teams come through this school, but I'm just going to say it. This team here takes the cake. It's just back to back. I mean, the majority of this year's players were starters last year, and wow, what a great time to be a Trojan.
Yeah, and I think that team last year would argue with you, but I mean, you have the full entire returning offensive line, the returning starting quarterback, the returning running back, returning wing backs, returning receivers.
I mean, really, you're just 2 or 3 guys that graduated off the starters off of that team last year. I mean,
and good
Breckentroike, Bramborn,
Ethan Merrill.
Ethan Merrill.
Josh Bohr was another one who subbed in and out off the field.
Yeah, Wyatt Foley.
He was a good one.
Yeah, so they
They
some
had
quality
pieces.
players, but it's nice to be able to just reload with a talented junior class, which is what they did. And Trojans, once again, 8-0 at this point in the season, heading into the playoffs, undefeated. And they're going to host either Parsons or Columbus, whoever finishes that game, whoever loses that game. And, man, if Parsons loses that game, what a fall. 5-0. And then they would have lost their last, 3 games in a row to finish out district play.
Columbus won.
Columbus beat
I don't have a score, but, yeah, I finally got a text to one of my Columbus buddies, and, yeah, Columbus beat Parsons.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a
so
shakeup.
the Trojans will be welcoming in the Parsons Vikings next week. So at least you don't have the same opponent twice.
Right.
Because it's hard to beat somebody twice in
Always.
anything.
Always.
And so, yeah, a team they haven't seen, a team that hasn't seen them. But Parsons came here and played during the playoffs last year. I believe they were first round, weren't they?
First round as well.
Yeah.
Because it was Parsons, then Caney. So.
Yeah, the Trojans were able to dispatch them in the first round. Well, here we go. Deja vu all over again. And the Trojans will play Parsons in the first round of the playoffs. But we're pretty much done for tonight. Let's stick a fork in it. For Jess Murphy and Daryl McLeod, I'm Josh Leitner saying thanks for joining us for tonight's matchup between the Trojans and the Wildcats from Burlington High School. Girard comes out on top, 41-18, and we're on to the playoffs next week. We'll have it for you here on Girard Sports Live.
You've been watching Trojan Athletics on Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live is presented by Crockhand, your community technology partner. Learn more at ckt.net. Also by Ag Choice of Epler, American Family Insurance, Ginny Collins Agency, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Call Service, Community National Bank and Trust, Derailed Commodity, Diskins Auto and Towing, DS Construction, Evans Motors, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Farmers Bank, Girard Medical Center, Hydrix Appliance, The Jagged Edge, GN Bank, Larrett Ceramics, Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drug, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Producers Cooperative Association, and Roto-Rooter. Thanks for watching, and don't miss us next time right here on Girard Sports Live.